Chapter 1102. There are probably still a few more days, so I have to say that I'm updating very seriously. Brothers, please understand. Global High Martial Arts really needs to be explained again. This single chapter will not be deleted. Please wait a moment. After the content has been updated, please refresh the page to get the latest update. Chapter 1103. Attack with all you've got. A low roar reverberated in everyone's mind. Everyone erupted, bombarding the big array. Rumble. The big array erupted. The void was broken. A few nodes erupted into darkness, caused by space being sliced. Withdraw. Everyone withdrew their strength. At this moment, Fong Ping and the rest retreated hurriedly. Only 3 heavens were broken. 3 overlapping cracks sliced toward Fong Ping. Fong Ping took a few steps back. With a roar, he punched out. Energy blasted into the cracks, causing them to collapse. Other places were also erupting with similar cracks. The main hall's door was the most intense. Venerable Thunder Emperor and Taoist Wind Cloud roared loudly. A 5-layered heavens formation. Even an emperor rank would face the danger of dying. Fortunately, both of them were working together. After a while, Fong Ping and the rest used their mentality to spy that the cracks had dissipated. Both emperor ranks had many wounds on their bodies. Clearly, it was difficult for them to resist the 5-layered heavens formation. Continue. What we need to do now is to gradually wear down the power of the big array. We can't let the big array stay at its peak. Everyone understood what he meant. At this moment, they were much more relieved. Even Ground Oddity only erupted with 3 formations, which was even more reassuring. Everyone was still confident that they could defeat the 3 formations. Continue to attack. Taoist Wind Cloud spoke again. Fong Ping attacked again, hitting the wall in front, stirring up a wave. That was where the big array was. Rumble. The big array erupted again. Stop. Everyone stopped and continued to wear down the explosive power of the big array. It was still considered easy. Although the 3 formations were not weak, the weakest here had a vitality limit of more than 1,000,000 Cal. They could still resist against the 3 formations. On Fong Ping's side, Di Gu and Di Xing were secretly relieved. Both of them were looking forward to it. What was in the main hall? They did not want treasures that were too good. However, treasures that were not very useful to emperor ranks could still be fought for. The 2 venerable emperors wanted to become saints and heavenly kings. They wanted to become emperors. There was not much conflict between them. The premise was that they did not snatch those treasures that tempted even venerable emperors. Once, twice, everyone was gradually getting used to it. They relaxed a little and were not as tense as before. To say that this formation was hard to break seemed to be just that. Of course, everyone was more or less injured. The 5 formations were very strong. The 2 emperors were now pale. Fong Ping and the others had also expended a lot of energy. Fong Ping purposely inflicted some injuries on himself. In reality, his golden body was so strong that the 3 great array could not hurt him at all, unless it was the quadruple sky formation. If that happened, Fong Ping would be in danger of dying. At this moment, Fong Ping was starting to feel suffocated. True Lord Dijuan. This person's strength was not bad, about the same as Di Ping. Right now, this person was injured as well. However, his injuries were not serious. At this moment, a look of anticipation could be seen on his face. He was the subordinate of the Thunder Overlord. If there were any benefits to be gained from entering the Grand Hall, it would be hard to say for others, but he would definitely be able to obtain them. If it was useless to overlords, venerable sovereigns would give it to him. True Monarch Dark Earth was the same. Taoist Feng Yun was here. At this moment, Taoist Feng Yun shouted again, "Attack!" Everyone made their moves. Now that they were familiar with it, everyone was less worried. Dijuan also made his move, waiting for Taoist Feng Yun's next order. But at this moment, Dijun suddenly felt uneasy, a sense of crisis. Crisis? Dijun stared at the array in front of him. Would the quadruple sky formation erupt this time? If that was the case, he had to be careful. He had to avoid it quickly and not get involved. As he stared, he suddenly felt a stabbing pain in his heart. What's wrong? Crisis. The crisis of dying. Dijun's expression changed drastically. And at this moment, Daoist Fingyun's voice came. Withdraw! Withdraw! He wanted to withdraw. But at this moment, he suddenly lost control of his strength. Origin Great Tao. Something had happened to his Origin Great Tao. Someone had broken into the Origin Great Tao. No, it was impossible. Who could break into a true god's Origin Great Tao? Not even an overlord. Losing control of his strength was usually not a problem. But at this moment, there was no room for negligence or mistakes. Everyone else had stopped. Fong Ping stopped too. Fong Ping slashed once and ran away. At this moment, he quickly responded to the triple sky formation erupting. But not far away, Di Jun could not do it. His Origin Great Tao had been severed. At this moment, his strength was out of control. No! He roared madly in his heart. Di Jun's pupils contracted. It had erupted. Not the triple sky formation, but the fivefold sky formation. At this moment, everyone was dealing with the eruption of the large formation. No one had noticed the abnormality on his side. However, in the next moment, everyone noticed. No, there's rumble. The heavens fell, and the earth cracked. He was not a venerable emperor. Even a venerable emperor would have to join forces to deal with a vitality damage of more than 2 per million calories. He was a true god martial artist, not even the top kind. How could he resist? The 5 layers of superimposed broken space almost instantly sucked him in. Creak! The sound of the golden body being crushed was heard. In the dark, broken space, Di Jun's mentality flashed and was destroyed in the blink of an eye, vanishing completely. The broken space dissipated, and Di Jun was dead. Rumble! In the sky, a great Tao collapsed and blood clouds appeared. Everyone was stunned. Di Jun was dead? A mistake? Daoist Feng Yun and Thunder Venerable Emperor were also shocked. Soon, Thunder Venerable Emperor was furious. Dead! Di Jun was his man. He died just like that? There was almost no sound. A true god powerhouse died just like that? Bastard! Feng Yun, didn't you say you were fine? Thunder. Daoist Feng Yun was also speechless. He said somewhat sullenly, Di Jun made a mistake. You saw it a few times before. I found a weak point without a problem. Di Jun just lost control. Bastard. Thunder Venerable Emperor cursed again. No one knew whether he was cursing Daoist Feng Yun or Di Jun. He made a mistake. This mistake could cost him his life. This idiot died just like that. Although he was a venerable emperor, he could not crush a true god. He could fight one-on-one. 3 true gods could stop him. 5 true gods could force him to retreat. If there were too many, he would also be in danger of dying. With 1 more real god under his command, he would be more confident and more confident. Great. Now he was dead. The others were also terrified. Di Chi could not help saying, Guardian Feng, isn't this too dangerous? Is there any other way to break the formation? He was afraid. Not only him, but the others were also afraid. A true god had died just like that. It was too humiliating. When the rabbit dies, the fox grieves. They would rather die in battle than be killed just like that. Not even a ripple was created. Daoist Fingyun's face was also solemn. He said in a low voice, This is the simplest and safest. Everyone, be careful, be careful. He repeated and said solemnly, You must not make any mistakes. I told you to hold back, then hold back. Do not leave any power behind. Everyone did well the previous few times, but you actually slacked off. This is a matter of life and death. He was also extremely helpless. This was a matter of life and death. Why did these bastards not take it seriously? Di Jun died just like that. He was also aggrieved. With Di Jun's death, it will take longer to break the formation. The number of attacks will increase, and the danger will be greater. With 1 less person to share the pressure, the 4 heavens formation may break. Di Chi, Di Yin, be careful. Everyone was helpless. At this moment, they could not give up, right? Although everyone was worried about Di Jun's death, they could only be more cautious at this time. In the fake sky grave, King Kun felt like he was going crazy. Damn it, another one died. Yin Ji died, Di Jie died, Di Man died. All right, these people were all his people or Yin Ji's people. Yesterday, Yanji's people were wiped out. Today, the formation he left behind was attacked, but he did not care. After all, it was a five heavens formation, and it was not so easy to break. Moreover, there were many dangers in the Kuan Palace. But Dijun was dead. How did he die? Was he killed by the formation? Was it so stupid? Breaking the formation without any confidence. Wasn't that courting death? He was so angry that he almost laughed. If they wanted to break the formation, then so be it. In the end, they went to break the formation without any confidence and were killed by the formation. If this was not stupid, then what was? True God. Even in ancient times, true gods were experts, the top kind. He died just like that? This time, he did not lose his composure, but he was really speechless. What happened in the divine court? As he was thinking, King Kuan suddenly slapped Heavenly King Jun. With a boom, the void exploded. At this moment, he no longer restrained himself. A black seven-petal lotus exploded, and Heavenly King Jun was sent flying hundreds of meters. Li Xuanxie. King Kuan was furious. Bastard. What was this guy doing? Heavenly King Jin coughed up blood and said with a smile, I saw that you were distracted, so I reminded you. Why do you have to do this to me? Shameless. King Kuan cursed. This guy was about to kill the true gods under him again. Fortunately, he reacted in time. He actually casually said that he was reminding him. Heavenly King Jin smiled faintly and said, I was really reminding you to hurry up. I didn't expect that there would be a seven heavens chain array here. There must be a treasure inside. The seven heavens chain array is even more difficult than the heaven-sealing, earth-locking array that was set up in the 108 realms. With such a big deal, I would believe it if you said that there was an imperial path source law inside. Heavenly King Jin sighed and said, We're rich. An imperial path source law is not very useful as long as the emperor is alive. If he dies, we will have someone become an emperor. King Kuan almost spat him to death. Who are you trying to fool? All right? He was also looking forward to it. The seven heavens chain array was 100% the work of the Spirit Emperor. If it was a seven heavens chain array, there were experts below the Emperor realm who could do it. However, a seven heavens chain array could not be done unless it was at the Emperor realm. It was so tight. Could it be that the Spirit Emperor's source law was inside? King Kuan ignored him. This shameless old man, he had to be more careful. This guy might have reached the level of breaking 7. Now that he was pretending to be at the peak of breaking 6, would this king believe him? Just as he calmed down, in the next moment, King Kuan was completely enraged. King Wu. Bastard, do you really think that this king doesn't dare to kill you? Third Protector, this place doesn't need you. Go and kill King Wu. Go and kill the humans. He was really going crazy. Just now, a true god that he had brought in was killed. King Wu. At this moment, the true gods of his sect had really fallen like rain. A few in a day. If this went on, even if the 72 divine lords were alive, they would not be able to survive for a month. 8,000 years of accumulation. Was it going to be used up at this time? This was the foundation for his future conquest of the 3 realms. Damn it! King Kuan was about to go crazy. He felt that he was going to be driven crazy by these Astra stars. The others had strange looks in their eyes. This another true god had died? All right, they would soon see it. The sky had collapsed. Everyone shook their heads slightly. This bad luck. Recently, the people of the sect had really died quickly. Moreover, looking at King Kuan's appearance, the outside world was also dying. Would he offended? The people inside knew that it was the doing of the humans, but the outside world really didn't know who did it. King Kuan, don't stand on ceremony. Third Protector, come. I just wanted to kill a saint to practice. Come. At this moment, Zhang Tao was also extremely arrogant. He condensed an incomparably huge phantom in the distance, covering the sky and earth as he provoked loudly. Come here. Zhang Tao laughed loudly and provoked the 3 protectors. King Kuan's face was ashen. Too arrogant. They had killed his people, but they didn't escape and still dared to be so arrogant. Men, chase him. Kill the other human true gods. Don't let a single one of them go. Yes. Everyone responded. The true gods had long been afraid, and wanted to escape. However, without King Kuin's orders, they didn't dare to leave. Now, it was better to chase after humans than to stay here and wait for death. Look, Heavenly King Jun was eyeing them covetously, ready to kill them at any time. Moon Spirit, that lunatic, and Heaven's Pole looked at them and laughed strangely. Everyone's hearts turned cold. They were afraid that if King Kuin wasn't careful, he would lose a few of his subordinates. Now, it was as if they had been granted amnesty. Even if it was against King Wu, they didn't want to stay here anymore. Too terrifying. These people ran very quickly. Heavenly King Jun said regretfully, "Don't go. It's very dangerous over there." Zhang Tao has fused the 6 paths and might have become a heavenly king. "It's very dangerous for you guys to go. Don't go." As soon as this was said, everyone ran even faster. This shameless old man, he didn't want to kill enough. King Kuin's expression was ugly. Heavenly King Jun said regretfully, "I'm telling the truth. Hong Kuin will protect you here. If you leave now, it's too dangerous. The sect will be destroyed." Everyone. At this moment, even Moon Spirit and Heaven's Pole, who were barely on his side, wanted to scold him for being shameless. "We're both lunatics. It's fine if we're shameless. There's always a higher mountain. We're not as good as you." The others were also speechless. On the other side, Zhang Tao covered the void and laughed. "There's no such thing. Come to me. I didn't fuse the 6 paths. The 6 paths have collapsed. I'm not a heavenly king. It's fine. Come quickly. It's too dangerous over there. Look, how many heavenly kings are there? Come here and take refuge. Kill him." King Kun roared. Heavenly kings like them couldn't leave now. Moreover, they were afraid that if they left, the array would be broken and the benefits would be taken away. But he really couldn't hold it in anymore. He wanted to kill these bastards. Heavenly King Jun, King Wu, these 2 bastards, he wanted to kill them. Fortunately, he didn't know that Fong Ping was the one who did what was happening outside. Otherwise, he could immediately give up everything and focus on killing these 3 bastards. He was really going crazy. Everyone also rushed toward King Wu. They were going crazy too. This was too much. "Yes, come to me. In this heavenly tomb, I'm the most reliable." Zhang Tao laughed loudly. At the same time as the 3 great sect protectors broke through the air, he disappeared instantly, but his voice remained. "Come to the space battlefield. There are too many heavenly kings here. Let's avoid it, it's dangerous. Your Highness Moon Spirit, lend me your people. I'll help you take revenge. Your man was killed by King Kuin. I'll take revenge for you." Moon Spirit's face was livid. She suddenly had an urge to kill King Wu. This guy's words were annoying. Even though she wanted to kill, at this moment, Moon Spirit still wanted him to get lost. She shouted angrily, "Green Lotus, go kill him." In the distance, Venerable Green Lotus did not say much after hearing this. She led a group of true gods and quickly chased after the space battlefield. At this moment, true gods from all directions appeared. "Go kill King Wu." Previously, everyone was on the side of the Heaven Realm fragment. But now, there were heavenly kings fighting at every turn. It was too dangerous. King Wu's side was safer. Zhang Tao was right. Seeing that they were running fast, Heavenly King Jin shouted, "Be careful. Someone seems to be reviving in the space battlefield. This place is connected to a huge space battlefield. If it's not a heavenly king, then it's a broken 8 supreme expert. Take it easy. If there's danger, run towards us." His tone was like a parent's. It was touching. If it was dangerous, then come back. Don't stay outside for long. It would have been fine if he didn't say it. But once he said it, everyone ran even faster. Crazy. That old fart, Heavenly King Jun, had let go of himself. In this world where there were no juniors below the peak, he did whatever he wanted, completely disregarding any dignity. King Kuin and the others were also furious. Just as they were angry, King Kuin suddenly went crazy. Rumble. The void exploded. King Kuin was not implicated this time. He held his breath and suddenly punched towards Heaven's Pole and Moon Spirit. "I can't hold it in anymore. Earth Dark is dead. Damn it, he really can't hold it in anymore." What was going on outside? Several people died in a day. If this continued, would there still be anyone left alive in the outside world? I want to go out. He really wanted to go out. If he didn't, his foundation would be gone. 8,000 years. How dare you bully me? Heaven's pole was furious. Moon's spirit also cursed angrily. How dare you take the initiative to attack me? Bulsh *T. King Kuin cursed angrily. It was one thing for him to be targeted by these two lunatics, but now that someone had died and he wanted to vent his anger, these two bastards actually said such words. Their attitude of, "I can hit you, but you can't hit me," made him go crazy. How could this be? He felt a little wronged. Not only him, but the corners of the others' mouths also twitched. They suddenly felt that King Kuin was quite pitiful. He was bullied, but he could even be scolded when he fought back. In addition, there was also the heavenly King Jin, who wanted to see the world in chaos. At this moment, the heavenly King Jin was extremely excited. He roared, "He wants to kill us one by one. Everyone, join forces to kill him." Breaking 7 has a chance of killing a heavenly king. This guy might have hidden his strength and can break 8. Quickly kill him, kill. As soon as he said that, he quickly charged over. As soon as he said that, the other heavenly king powerhouses looked at each other. They were a little tempted. Previously, when King Kuin broke 7, he did not seem to have used his full strength. Could he really break 8? If that was the case, they would have to make a move. Breaking 7 might not be able to kill a heavenly king, at least not old heavenly kings like them. However, breaking 8, that was the domain of a supreme powerhouse. That was a realm that even the heavenly dog could not reach in the heaven realm. That was the strength of the heavenly dog when he fought the heavenly tomb. That was no joke. Everyone's eyes flickered. For a moment, a battle to kill King Kuin broke out in the Spirit Emperor's dojo. Chapter 1104. Kunwang Palace. The sky split open. The great Tao collapsed. Everyone was dumbfounded. At this moment, even Taoist Feng Yun could not say anything wrong. True Lord Dark Earth was a powerhouse under his command. Dead. Dead. Just like that? Who? Taoist Feng Yun roared. His aura shot into the sky, and the void exploded. Who's interfering with Dark Earth? Above Taoist Feng Yun's head, the mirror illuminated the void. At this moment, the mirror no longer emitted an eerie glow, but a bone-piercing cold light. The surrounding void collapsed under the light of the mirror. "Come out!" Taoist Feng Yun roared. Divine light erupted from his eyes, piercing through the void like two beams of light. Not only him, but Thunder Sovereign's eyes were cold as well. Lightning flashed in his palm and exploded the void in the distance. They could accept it if true Lord Dark Earth was dead. But how strong was true Lord Dark Earth? Among the 72 Lord Gods, he was ranked 15th. In fact, Di Chi was the only one among the 14 who were still alive. There were 2 others in the fake heavenly grave. But no matter what, true Lord Dark Earth was ranked in the top 5 among the Lord Gods. He was also a near-emperor powerhouse who had walked more than 7,000 meters on the Great Tao. And such a peerless expert, just like Di Jun, had died without a trace. His death was not worth a single cent. How was that possible? True Lord Dark Earth had been careful. How could he have made a mistake after Di Chi died? If that was the case, then he had underestimated the divine court powerhouses. Was there someone hiding in the dark? Was it sabotaging? Taoist Feng Yun did not know, but he felt that something was wrong. True Lord Dark Earth should not have died just like that. At this moment, the veteran Venerable Emperor was no longer smiling. He was extremely fierce. The mirror above his head scanned the void, causing a loud explosion in the sky above the Kunwang Palace. The Thunder Sovereign was also enraged. If there was someone hiding in the dark, it meant that the person was stronger than them, at least saint level. Was there? They did not know. But at this moment, the 2 of them were still very vigilant, scanning the void. Fong Ping, who was disguised as Yun Sheng, was pale. The others were the same, including Di Chi. Dark Earth was dead. His strength was a bit stronger than Dark Earth, but there was a limit to how strong he was. Now that Dark Earth had been killed by the void crack, how could he not panic? No one cared about breaking the array anymore. Di Fei rushed to Fong Ping's side immediately, his face full of vigilance and worry. He quickly transmitted his voice. Sheng, I'm afraid there's a great enemy lying in ambush. Looking at the situation, it might be the attack of a sage. When the battle breaks out, leave immediately. If he wasn't a sage, how could he launch a sneak attack on an expert like Supreme Dark Earth? It was not that they did not know King Fong Ping's abilities, but Fong Ping. What was his strength? Even if he were to hide in the dark, it would still be difficult for him to launch a sneak attack on a martial artist close to the Emperor realm without anyone noticing, let alone deceive two venerable sovereigns. In the void, Daoist Feng Yun swept through the void, causing cracks to appear. At this moment, his eyes flickered as he looked down at the people gathered below. Who was behind this? To be able to hide from him, that person was definitely a top-notch expert. How did underground darkness get ambushed? Was it really a mistake, or was it a sneak attack? It was hard for him to make a judgment right now, because Dark Earth true monarch died without a complete corpse, completely crushed into pieces by the cracks. At this moment, he suddenly thought of a scene, the scene outside the Sky Cemetery that day, the scene of Life King's death. Who killed Life King? Zhang Tao? No. It was Fong Ping. Fong Ping. Daoist Feng Yin was knowledgeable and knew a lot about Fong Ping. The other party had a divine weapon that could slash Daos. However, a divine weapon that could slash Daos needed to be stronger than the other party. Was Fong Ping as strong as Dark Earth True Monarch? Obviously not. However, on that day, Fong Ping was not as strong as Life King, yet he still managed to assassinate Life King. At that time, the powerhouses were in a hurry to enter the Sky Cemetery, and no one thought deeply about it. However, now, Daoist Feng Yin could not help but think deeply. Was it Fong Ping? Fong Ping had snuck in? How was it possible? The divine sect's strict inspection could be seen from the treasured mirrors at the entrance. Did Fong Ping have the ability to sneak in? However, everything that had happened now made him doubt it. It was too much of a coincidence. The coincidence was terrifying. How many people had died in these 2 days? Yanji, Di Jie, Di Dark, Di Man, Di Jun, 1 emperor and 4 gods had died just like that. Now, only 2 emperors and 6 gods were left. The divine sect's strength had been greatly reduced, and they had suffered heavy losses. Was it Fong Ping? Daoist Feng Yun continued to shatter the void while pondering. Beside him, Venerable Thunder was still fuming. Daoist Feng Yun was cursing in his heart. Idiot! If Fong Ping had really snuck in, this idiot would have to bear a lot of responsibility. If Thunder had not attacked, how could Di Jie and Yanji have fallen so easily? Is Fong Ping hiding in the dark, or has he snuck into the crowd? According to my understanding, Fong Ping seems to be unable to change an aura stronger than his. Thunder is not, Ground Qi is not, the others are all possible. Because Fong Ping had killed Di Hui and Di Zhou, it was difficult to judge how strong Fong Ping was. Of course, he had probably not reached the realm of a near emperor, so Ground Qi was most likely not. However, the other 5 were all possible. Has he snuck in? Now, if I rashly investigate, I'm afraid it will cause these people's dissatisfaction and vigilance. Daoist Windcloud's head was as big as a cow's. He was not sure if Fong Ping had sneaked in. Perhaps Fong Ping had sneaked in, but was not hidden among these true gods. If he rashly wanted to investigate, everyone would be extremely worried. Now that they thought that he was going to harm them, it might cause these true gods to explode. Who is it? Yunsheng? Daoist Feng Yin glanced at the frightened Yunsheng from the corner of his eye, frowning slightly. Yunsheng had entered from the outside world and suddenly proved his Dao in battle. It was also because of his Dao that the battle yesterday broke out, causing many people to die. Was it him? DGS secretly said that it was Yunsheng who contacted Thunder and killed Yanji yesterday. This style was somewhat like Fong Ping. However, Yunsheng had been living under Di Fei's nose all this time. Yunsheng's identity was also extremely secretive. How did Fong Ping know that Yunsheng was from Pantheon? Even if he knew, how did he replace him and enter Pantheon? Or was it actually Di Fei? The father and son were the most suspicious. Di Ping, Di Xing, and Di Gu were also suspects. However, Di Xing had been guarding the Fountain of Immortality for 1,000 years. That was not right. This guy had not shown up recently. It was said that he had even sealed the Fountain of Immortality. Could it be that something had happened? Di Ping and Di Gu were better, so they were less suspicious. The other three were all very suspicious. Daoist Fingyun's mind was full of thoughts. If Fang Ping sneaked in a pantheon, Yun Sheng is the most suspicious, followed by Di Fei and Di Xing. These three are the most suspicious. But if he didn't, as he thought about it, Daoist Fengyun suddenly stopped bombarding the void. He stepped on the air and landed in front of Fang Ping and the others. At this moment, seeing his serious expression, Thunder Venerable Emperor also hurried over. He stopped breaking the array. Now everyone was afraid. If this went on, except for the two Venerable Emperors, everyone else might die. Even if the two Venerable Emperors did not have anyone else to help, they would die if this went on. Fang Ping was extremely nervous. Did he notice? Had he killed too many? At this moment, Fang Ping was worried that he would be exposed. He quickly communicated with Sky Wood in his mind. This can't go on. That old fox Feng Yin seems to have noticed something. Once I'm exposed, with the two Venerable Emperors here, I will definitely die. Elder Mu, it's time for you to contribute. Sky Wood was speechless. He had a feeling that he was going to be unlucky. Elder Mu, I'll use a large amount of imperishable matter and origin chi to create a clone. Your clone has an Emperor-level aura. When the clone enters, it will control my imperishable matter clone and attack suddenly. Think of a way to kill Di Ping or Di Gu. Killing an Emperor level will work too. Create chaos. You must be fast and then escape immediately. Skywood could not stand it anymore. Once I make a move, my aura will be recognized immediately. Skywood Forest is still fighting. If I attract these people's attention, I'll bet that they won't dare to go there. Fang Ping said firmly, I'll bet. They won't dare to participate in the Battle of Emperors, let alone the Battle of Saints. But if I die, Elder Mu, I'm afraid of death. If I die, I'll definitely betray you. I'll say that I can become a heavenly king after eating your golden fruit. Sky would almost curse it out loud. He was surprised. This guy had good eyesight. He saw the golden fruit? Damn bastard. How dare he threaten me? These people probably would not dare to go without knowing the benefits. But if they really believed this king human's words and thought that eating the golden fruit would make them a heavenly king, would these two venerable emperors give up? Sky would cursed in his heart but said quickly, even if I show up, they might not believe that I was the one who did it. They will. Fang Ping said immediately, you're a venerable emperor. If you're hiding in the dark, you must have bad intentions. As Fang Ping spoke, he had already condensed a clone inside his body. A powerhouse's body was like a small universe. Although it was not as big as a storage space, it could still be used to store a mountain into a mustard seed. If not, Zhang Tao would not have been able to swallow that venerable emperor. At this moment, a golden man was sitting cross-legged inside Fang Ping's body. Without batting an eyelid, Fang Ping guided Sky Wood's mentality inside. Looking at the clone, Sky Wood's apparition was a little surprised. How much imperishable matter was this? Other than the imperishable matter, this clone had condensed an endless amount of origin chi. Extravagant, too extravagant. This king of man was rich and had a lot of resources. A clone like this, controlled by an emperor-level, no, a saint-level powerhouse's mentality clone, could unleash unparalleled power. Yes, saint-level. Fang Ping had guessed that it was saint-level. There was no other reason. This old man said that the Kuan King's clone had the strength close to a saint level. If Skywood did not have the strength of a saint level, he would definitely not be a match for this top-notch Heavenly King's clone. A mentality clone of a saint level. Even if it did not cut too much mentality, controlling such a clone and unleashing its strongest attack, Fang Ping felt that it should be able to reach Emperor level. Right? Skywood was helpless. He said again, even so, how do you let me out? Unless I fly out of your body. If that's the case, you'll still be exposed. It's fine. Fong Ping did not give him a chance to escape. He said quickly, later, I'll use the god-slaying saber to slash lonely earth for a while. I'll take this opportunity to break through third heaven. You sneak in immediately. Fong Ping was not afraid of being discovered. He continued, you sneak in and attack us immediately. No, attack lonely earth. At this moment, they'll definitely think that you broke through space. Sky would still wanted to struggle. He had no choice. Once his mentality went into battle, it would dissipate very quickly. If it dissipated, then his main body would also be damaged. As for King Kuan, his clone was constantly maintained by treasures. His clone was also very special, the kind that was similar to Gu Qing. Back then, after Gu Qing's mentality severed him, the two clones would not dissipate. These powerhouses all had their own methods. However, Skywood could not move, but it did not. If it dissipated, then so be it. Although this wisp of mentality was not much, it was not considered little either. At this moment, hearing that Fong Ping had already arranged everything, Skywood was also very helpless. Forget it, forget it. If it was lost, then so be it. If it ran back to Skywood Forest before it dissipated, perhaps it could still be retrieved. Not only could it retrieve its clone, but it could also retrieve the clone created by King Man. These imperishable substances and origin chi were not considered little to it. This was a treasure. At the thought of this, Skywood no longer hesitated. He said quickly, all right. The communication between these two actually happened in an instant. At this moment, Taoist Feng Yun and Thunder Emperor had just landed. They did not have time to speak. Fong Ping did not dare to give him a chance to speak. Once he did, some things would be troublesome. The moment the two of them landed on the ground, perfected Lord Digu suddenly roared, and his aura burst forth, causing the void to tremble. The space was also shattered. Fong Ping and the others were close. At this moment, their expressions changed. They roared and went all out, either escaping from this place or attacking Digu. They were scared out of their wits. The two venerable emperors were a little vigilant, retreating one after another. As for Fong Ping, he also took the opportunity to break the void, escaping into the void. In the blink of an eye, he released Skywood and then broke the void, appearing 1,000 meters away. At this moment, Digu was still in a state of panic. The next moment, a big hand reached out from the void, grabbing directly at Digu. How dare you? How dare you? The two venerable emperors had also escaped 1,000 meters away. At this moment, seeing this, they both roared. There was actually someone in the dark. They did not find him just now. Of course, it was also because they did not come to Fong Ping's side to sweep the void. After all, many true gods had just gathered here, and they did not have time to sweep this place. At this moment, seeing the big hand reaching out from the void, both of them were extremely shocked and furious. There was actually someone hiding here. Saint. A haze flashed in Wind and Cloud's eyes. It was the aura of a saint. Soon, his eyes moved, and he shouted, a clone of a saint, not the main body. Kill him. He sensed that the chi activity was not right. It was not as powerful as a saint. Thunder Venerable Emperor had also sensed the saint's aura earlier. At this moment, when he heard that it was not the main body, he roared angrily. Suddenly, a thunderbolt appeared in his hand, breaking the void with a rumble, and charged over there. The treasure mirror above Taoist Fengyun's head also appeared again, shooting out a beam of light toward that side. At this moment, the big hand had already caught Digu. Laughter came from the void. How dare you covet the Heavenly Emperor's golden body? You betrayed the Heavenly Court and slaughtered the Heavenly Court army. You deserve 1,000 deaths. As soon as the words were said, the big hand fell. With a rumble, Digu's head was crushed directly. At the same time, Skywood's other hand reached out and grabbed Digu with both hands, blocking in front of him. At this moment, thunder and wind and clouds killing moves came. Rumble! An earth-shattering rumble was heard. 3 powerhouses with the strength of emperors attacked at the same time, hitting a peak rank 4 or 5 martial artists at the same time. The result was obvious. No! At this moment, Digu roared. This was not the result he wanted. The two venerable emperors did not hold back. He was thinking too much. Thunder and wind and cloud did not dare to hold back at this time. A saint's clone had appeared, and the saint's real body was still unknown. If they destroyed the clone now, the other party's strength would be damaged. If they did not destroy the other party, then there would be big trouble. At this point, if they still held back, they would be disregarding their own lives. Digu's life was not as important as theirs. The two of them did not even look at Digu. In an instant, they attacked, destroying Digu and the void, revealing a golden figure hiding in the void. At this moment, the golden figure also crashed through the void, and a large amount of imperishable matter was annihilated. "Kid, you're quite ruthless." Skywood's voice was heard. With a low laugh, he turned and shattered the void, fleeing into the distance. "Where are you going?" "Kill him." Thunder roared, chasing after him with Taoist Feng Yun instantly. As for Fong Ping and the others, they did not move at all. At this moment, Digu's golden body had been destroyed, leaving only a weak wisp of mentality. He was not completely dead yet. Everyone looked at Digu's mentality, their faces full of anxiety and fear. Another one had almost died. When they came, there were 8 true gods. Now there were only 5. As for Digu, with this little bit of mentality, without treasures to repair him, he would immediately overflow. But who would take out treasures to repair him at this time? Not to mention no one, even if they had, they would not give them. This was a life-saving treasure. The golden body was not so easy to repair, and so was mentality. The remaining 5 people gathered together almost instantly. Only when they were together would they feel a little safe. Di Fei was extremely nervous. He looked around and gritted his teeth. Damn it, there is really a powerhouse in the dark, or a saint. Who is this person? Di Chi's eyes flickered. It's a saint's clone. It seems similar to the aura of Skywood Forest. Could it be? No way. As soon as he said this, everyone was shocked again. Skywood Forest? Could it be that the tree had become a monster? At this moment, the 2 venerable emperors were already fighting each other in the void, causing a huge commotion. True Lord Di Xing's face was pale. He asked hurriedly, "What do we do now?" Scared. Really scared. He could not stay in Divine Palace anymore. It was too dangerous. The emperors were dead, the near emperors were dead, and now the weaklings were starting to die. Digu was slightly stronger than him, but now, he only had a little mentality left. At this moment, in the void, Digu's mentality slowly condensed into a human figure. It was extremely weak, as if it would collapse with a gust of wind. Of course, it had not collapsed yet. Just as Digu was about to speak, something unexpected happened. There was a rumble. The Tao collapsed. Blood rained down. Digu's apparition, like a bubble, burst directly. Damn it, I'm collapsing. Seeing this, everyone was helpless. He had collapsed just like that. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was afraid that Digu would know something and expose himself. Taking advantage of this opportunity, he charged into the other's origin space and began to silence him. Digu was so weak that his Tao was about to collapse. It was easy for Fong Ping to kill him. As expected, he was completely killed in a matter of 2 or 3 slashes. As for collapsing, Digu was already in a precarious situation. Suddenly collapsing was not inexplicable. Moreover, the enemy had left. There were no enemies here. Digu was dead. Of course, it was because the enemy was too heavy-handed. 3 paragons died. Today, there would be a rain of blood. Yesterday's blood cloud had not dissipated. Today, 3 more people died. The Tao mourned, and the rain of blood fell in advance. Everyone was bathed in the rain of blood. No one spoke. They all looked miserable. There were only 5 true gods left. Di Ping and Di Xing were terrified and uneasy. Di Fei also said in a low voice, "Brother, what should we do now?" He was asking Di Chi. He was also the strongest among them now. They were all dead. If this went on, they were afraid that they would be next. Di Chi looked into the distance. The battle in the void was still going on. His expression was complicated. He looked at the Earth King Hall again. It was even more complicated. Damn it. They were about to open the Earth King Hall. Yet this happened. What should they do now? Should they leave? They could not accept it. Thinking of this, Di-Chi transmitted, "Wait. Wait for the two venerable sovereigns to come back. But, brothers, now there are only 5 of us left. We can't split up again. We can't let any accidents happen. The 5 of us can fight venerable sovereigns together. It's not dangerous. Once 1 or 2 of us die, even if I survive, it will be extremely dangerous to fight venerable sovereigns. Besides, there are enemies in the dark. We can't have any other thoughts." Everyone nodded hurriedly. At this time, they didn't have any other thoughts. They had to survive first. In 2 days, 1 sovereign and 5 deities had died. At this moment, Tianmu's laughter came from afar. "You betrayed the sect master. You will die sooner or later. I won't argue with you. When the sect master comes back, you will be on your own." As soon as he finished speaking, a loud sound rang out. A broken figure broke through the void and fled toward the heavenly wood forest. The next moment, 2 figures with powerful auras appeared. Seeing the heavenly wood clone escape, they didn't chase him. After a while, the 2 turned around and broke through the void. They landed in front of everyone in the blink of an eye. At this moment, the 2 venerable sovereigns looked extremely gloomy. Tianmu? That was Tianmu's clone just now. He became a demon and a saint. His real body must be entangled by something and can't move. But we can't go to the heavenly wood forest anymore. Otherwise, with his real body here, he can unleash saint-level strength. No one will be a match for him. Taoist Fengyan deduced many things in an instant. He didn't expect Tianmu to be hiding inside. Di-Chi said worriedly, This is the sect master's plan and backup plan?" Judging from Tianmu's tone, it seemed so. Was this someone left behind by the sect master? This was really troublesome. They were breaking the Earth King's Hall. No wonder Tianmu wanted to stop them. Taoist Fengyan didn't think Fang Ping had sneaked in now. Tianmu had appeared. Obviously, his previous guess was wrong. Now that things have come to this, there's no way out. Either we leave the heavenly court now, or break the array immediately. Tianmu has already left. I'm afraid he won't come back now. Everyone leave or stay. It's up to you. As soon as he said this, Fang Ping gritted his teeth and said, "Break the array." At this point, there's no turning back. Did he pay so much and sacrificed so many uncles just to escape? I can't accept this. I want to enter the temple. Enter the temple. Everyone quickly made up their minds. Break the array while no one was interfering. Chapter 1105. This time, Fang Ping was completely low-key. The 2 venerable sovereigns and the few real gods were all extremely vigilant at the moment. They broke the formation and attacked continuously, regardless of their injuries. The weak ones, such as Di Xing, Di Ping, and Fang Ping, were constantly injured. The 2 venerable emperors were not much better. They were dealing with the 5 great arrays. Di-Chi was also facing the 4 great arrays now. On Fang Ping's side, everyone was also frightened, afraid of encountering the 4 great arrays, which could be a fatal threat. The fall of the 3 powerhouses also made the atmosphere much more gloomy. At this moment, these people were only paying attention to the array, the void, and the direction of Skywood Forest. No one noticed that the few fallen venerable emperors' energy was dispersing much faster. The fall of the 3 venerable emperors should have caused an energy tide. But this was the first time they had encountered such a situation. No venerable emperors had died in God City for 8,000 years. Who knew what would happen if the venerable emperors died? 10,000 meters underground. In the amber, the golden bones were emitting a faint golden glow. True gods are dead. An inaudible voice was heard. It was limited to the vicinity of the amber and quickly dissipated. The next moment, the amber became calm again. Today, tens of thousands of martial artists and 3 true gods died in the sky. The energy dispersing from these people was not a small amount. Fang Ping did not know that because of his action, a powerhouse who was almost completely dead began to gradually recover. It's opening soon. At this moment, Taoist Feng and Thunder Venerable Emperor were extremely excited. The array was opening soon. At this moment, outside the bronze hall, the waves were rippling. It was the array that was shaking. Finally, it was opening. After paying the price of the death of 3 real gods, under the situation where everyone was injured, the formation was finally going to be activated. Everyone was extremely excited. Again, Taoist Feng roared. At this moment, Di Chi suddenly said, "When the attack is over and the array is broken, everyone retreat more than 300 feet." As soon as he said that, Di Fei and the others' expressions changed instantly. On the other side, Taoist Feng frowned slightly and said lightly, "I was just about to remind you to be careful." Di Chi smiled, his eyes shining with some pride. Now, the 2 venerable emperors hoped that the others would die. But he couldn't. Di Fei and the others were what he relied on. They were what he could rely on to compete with the overlord level. If Di Fei and the others were dead, where would he find the capital to fight against an overlord? Once the formation was broken, it would definitely explode with its final power, which was extremely dangerous. Taoist Feng purposely did not mention it because he probably wanted to take the opportunity to kill them. Who asked Dark Earth to die? Now that Dark Earth was dead, there was no need for Taoist Feng to protect the other true gods. As for the threat of the 3 realms, everyone had gained something this time. So who would care about those threats? Even if they didn't find anything, the Earth King Palace had been opened, and with Tian Mu, a saint-level expert there, it was hard to say whether or not they would continue staying in the Divine Court. Yes, at this moment, these emperors and true gods were thinking of giving up on the Divine Court. No one wanted to live in the same area as a hostile saint. That would be courting death. Even if that saint couldn't move his true body, he couldn't share a cave with a tiger. Everyone was on their guard and didn't say anything. At that moment, only when the 5 real gods teamed up could they have a chance to fight for the treasure. Otherwise, the 2 venerable emperors would benefit from it. Break! The 2 venerable sovereigns shouted and attacked the formation with all their strength. The others also made their moves. Crack! A barely audible shattering sound was heard. The next moment, everyone fled outside in a frenzy without looking back. At that moment, everyone's hair stood on end as they sensed the danger. Rumble! Extremely powerful attacks erupted from all directions in the hall. Rumble! Behind Fong Ping, the cracks formed a long black dragon, sweeping toward him. Fong Ping ran as fast as he could. He didn't want to taste the feeling of being dragged in. The hall was shaking, and the entire God City was shaking. The 5 Heavens formation had been broken. Now that it had unleashed its final power, it was extremely powerful and destructive beyond imagination. Outside the hall, the skeletons of some fallen martial artists were swept away and turned into nothingness in the blink of an eye. In the God City, at that moment, a large number of martial artists who were close to the Earth King Palace died. They exploded and died. This was the divine sect. The venerable sovereigns and true gods didn't even consider what kind of impact the formation would have on the outside world after it was broken. Of course, there weren't many people nearby. Many had already fled when the venerable sovereigns surrounded and killed the divine court soldiers. At that moment, those who had stayed were unlucky. Death had become the theme of the God City today. In the fake sky grave, King Kun was no longer disturbed. Die! Go to hell! Digu was dead, and the formation was broken. What else was left? The remaining 2 venerable sovereigns and a few true gods would probably die. He had expected this. If these people had attacked the Earth King Palace, it's good that they're dead. King Kun's eyes were cold. Those who dared to attack his palace died. These people were all traitors, so he didn't feel sorry for them. Whoever died next would probably be the one who attacked the temple. King Kun felt that this was pretty good. At that moment, he didn't have the mood to care about those people. The powerhouses were staring at him from all directions, which made him angry. He had already given up on attacking Moon Spirit and Celestial Pole. With the Heavenly King subduing around, these bastards would be easily bewitched. Li Xuanxia, that old thing, had a dark heart. King Kuin suppressed the anger in his heart, looked around, and said coldly, "Enough. If anyone dares to provoke me again, even if I don't break this formation today, I'll make sure you get nothing. Just wait for my revenge." As soon as he said that, the heavenly king subduing immediately said, "Did you hear that? He still wants to take revenge on us. Once we separate, this guy will definitely take revenge. I'm not afraid. After all, I'm at the peak of breaking 6. He might not be able to kill me. You guys are doomed. In my opinion, we should kill him now. That way, there will be one less threat." Celestial Pole chuckled and said, all right, kill him. Li Jun, let's go together." Li Jun? Everyone was silent. The heavenly king, subduing's mouth twitched. King Kuin's eyes flickered, and he suddenly shouted, "Li Jun, Li Jun, who are you?" "No, who is Pluto?" I almost forgot what King Jin's surname is. King Jun is mysterious, and I don't know where he came from. It's said that he's related to the beginning of martial arts. Is Pluto the reincarnation of King Jin? The heavenly king subduing was speechless and said helplessly, "How can you believe a lunatic's words?" Then he looked at Celestial Pole and said with a smile, "Celestial Pole, did you get the wrong person?" Celestial Pole shuddered and muttered, "I don't think so. Aren't you Li Jun? I remember your brother is Li Jun, and you are Li Jun, nicknamed Catharsis. I even said that your names were the same." Celestial Pole was a little uncertain. Did I remember wrongly? It was hard to say. His memory was very messy. He remembered that the Li brothers went to the West Emperor's palace, and his father came to welcome them. He also remembered that when the Heaven Realm was destroyed, King Jin died, and this old man seemed to have gone to steal his body. Celestial Pole was a little confused. "Your brother is Li Jun." King Kuin and the others' expressions changed again. When experts communicated, even if their pronunciations were similar, there would be some mental fluctuations in their communication. Through these fluctuations, they could still distinguish the difference. Li Jun seemed to be King Jin. Li Jun, King Jin, King Jun's elder brother? King Jin had an elder brother? Everyone looked at each other. At this moment, Li Zhu suddenly said, "I vaguely heard that King Jun came from the land of beginner martial arts. I don't know if he had an elder brother, but the land of beginner martial arts was extremely powerful before it was destroyed. When the Heaven Court was first established, many experts from the land of beginner martial arts came to the Heaven Realm to train, but the number decreased after that. The 4 emperors were actually related to the land of beginner martial arts. King Jun, Li Jun, Li Jun, Li Jun." He mentioned 3 people in a row, then looked at King Jun and smiled. "You are not a weapon master. I seem to have read a record that the weapon master had a mysterious good friend. Is that you? Was it because of you that the weapon master looked up to King Jin? Did you snatch away King Jun's corpse to save him, so that he could be reincarnated?" King Jin also walked the path of beginner martial arts, but I'm not sure about the details. Did you let him reincarnate, so that he would no longer walk the path of beginner martial arts? Everyone looked at King Jun. At this moment, Moon Spirit also lightly snorted and said, "I've met him. Back then, Imperial Father chatted happily with him for many days in the Northern Imperial Palace. At that time, I was still young, and Imperial Father even asked if he wanted to send me to his place to learn the Tao." Everyone's expression changed. The North Emperor wanted his daughter to learn Tao from King Jin. King Jun said helplessly, "Moon Spirit, you must have mistaken me for someone else. You are crazy. You must have mistaken me for someone else. How is that possible? I'm not young, but I'm not too old either. You're still young. How old are you? Am I older than you?" Moon Spirit snorted again and ignored him. "Stop pretending. It's you." This guy had been guarding outside Mount Wangwu for hundreds of years. She knew about him, but he seemed familiar. He seemed to be that person from back then. She didn't care anymore. This person talked to her father and seemed to have a good relationship. He could be considered her elder. Who knew how strong he was? Anyway, her father would not look up to those who were too weak. This person was extremely strong. If it wasn't for that, with her temper, she would have long made the other party suffer for blocking the door for so many years. Everyone was shocked again. King Jin was not a weapon master. This was even more shocking than being a weapon master. He was King Zhen's elder brother. Back then, he talked to the emperor. How strong was this guy? The three messengers also had the strength of breaking six, but they were at the peak. But the three messengers didn't talk to any emperor for so long that the emperor was willing to let them teach his daughter. Right? King Zhen looked at Heaven's fate. His eyes were full of resentment. Bastard, was this guy crazy? You don't remember anyone, but you remember me. I'm not familiar with you, right? I haven't met Emperor Shi many times. You've almost forgotten your father. You remember me? What's going on? And that crazy woman, Moon Spirit. She was so cute back then. She's not cute now. She's still undermining me now. King Zhen said helplessly. You must have remembered wrongly. I'm not a famous person. Fine, I admit it. I'm the weapon master's first disciple. My name is Li Yu. I was lucky to escape back then. Then a spear appeared in his hand. He sighed. I thought I hit it well, but I have to say it today. I don't want you to think I'm an opponent and kill me. Someone is trying to frame me. This is my Yu Wu spear. I was the one who took King Zhen's body and his heavenly king seal. Everyone's eyes sparkled. King Qian frowned slightly. You're Li Yu? That's me. King Zhen smiled bitterly. King Qian, you still remember me? I met you a few times back then. After Master stopped being a weapon master, he lived in seclusion in the mountains. I remember you came to his seclusion. Master handed the heavenly court army to you 8 kings that year. When you came here, Master handed the weapon master seal to you. I served him by his side. Do you remember, King Qian? King Qian frowned slightly and nodded. I remember. Li was a saint stage powerhouse back then. How could I forget? You're Li Yu. Where's the weapon master? He's dead. King Zhen sighed. You guys could have avoided that war, but Master was the heavenly court's weapon master. How could he have avoided it? Master protected the heavenly court for countless years. During the war, he went to the heavenly court alone and died. The rest of us could only run for our lives. King Kuan suddenly frowned. I've seen Li Yu before. He's not as cunning as you. Li Yu is honest. King Zhen was speechless. King Kuan, how many years has it been? 10,000 years. It's been 10,000 years since we last met. Besides, who's cunning? We've lived for 10,000 years. Do you think we're still children? Childish. Li Yu is as strong as you. King Zhen sneered. Childish. It's not like I became stronger in a day or two. It's been almost 10,000 years. You can improve, but I can't. Back then, you'd only just entered the Heavenly King stage. Now, you can break through the 7th level. I'm a saint, and I'm breaking through the 6th level. Can I do that too? Everyone looked at each other. This guy was Li Yu? Not many people had seen Li Yu, but there was. The first disciple of a weapon master. How strong was a weapon master? Back then, he was at the peak of breaking 6. That was many years ago. After the 8 kings became weapon masters, the weapon master gradually went into hiding. His disciple appeared 10,000 years later. Although it was strong, it was not unbelievable. Everyone was confused. Who was this guy? Heaven's pole was a little crazy. Could he be mistaken? But since Moon Spirit said so, it was hard to tell. King Kuan did not believe him. He said coldly, You don't have to let others fear me. You probably have the strength to break 7. You're King Zhen's elder brother. Don't think I'll believe you. Li Yu is probably long dead. Believe it or not, King Zhen said casually. Forget it if you don't believe me. I'll tell you. If you don't believe me, there's nothing I can do. Then he looked at Heaven's pole again. Prince Heaven's pole? Do you remember now? Am I Li Zhen or not? Heaven's pole suddenly felt cold. Danger, someone was threatening him. Even a madman was afraid of death. Besides, he didn't seem so crazy anymore. After a few fights, he was much more clear-headed. You're Li Yu? I think so. Did I get it wrong? Heaven's pole murmured like a crazy demon. Did you get it wrong? Probably. It's been so long. Father, where are you? Heaven's pole's voice was sorrowful. How tragic. This person threatened him, and that person wanted to kill him. What a bully. Father, you're dead, and you don't even care about me anymore. On the other side, Moon Spirit did not say a word. If you said you got it wrong, then so be it. Who knew how strong this old man was? If it really was that person from back then come to think of it, he had almost become that person's disciple. Hong Kuan was of the same generation. Although he was strong, she was not afraid. But for someone of the same generation as her father, she was more or less afraid. King Jun did not say anything else, but he was cursing in his heart. You two bastards, I don't even remember, but you still remember. What's so great about being a madman? The general trend against King Kuan was broken in an instant. Now, no matter whether everyone believed him or not, at least they would not be bewitched by him like before. Because he might be very strong. Am I strong? King Jun asked himself and cursed in his heart. Who is strong? This old man is not strong at all. If he was really strong, wouldn't I be able to kill all the heavenly kings here? Do I need to act with you? There are so many heavenly kings here. Too many. How can I defeat them? King Kuan sneered. But he was even more afraid in his heart. This guy was actually King Jun's elder brother. He knew King Jun. After all, they were both kings and he was a prince, so he more or less knew King Jun's son. King Kuan was not considered strong back then. In the real ranking, King Kuan should be crossed off. That was King Qian. King Jun, it was hard to say who was stronger between King Qian and King Jun. Now, King Qian was still alive and extremely strong. He even suspected that King Qian had the strength to break 7. King Jun, who was similar to him back then, probably had the strength to break 7. And King Jun's elder brother was weaker than his younger brother? That was not necessarily true. Was Li Jun the reincarnation of King Jun? King Kuan's mind raced, and he actually dug out an old antique. Of course, King Jun was about the same age as King Qian. He was not considered an old antique, at least to him. But King Jun's elder brother, who knew what era he was from, could he not be a real beginner martial artist? He should not be. Beginner martial artists could not walk on the origin. King Jun Wang could, so he should not be a beginner martial artist. But even if he was not, he could be a second-generation beginner martial artist. There were many powerhouses among the second-generation beginner martial artists. The tense atmosphere from before had dissipated. A guy with unknown identity and strength was mixed among them. If they started a fight now, it would be easy for him to take advantage of them. It was better to think carefully. King Jun Wang smiled and did not say anything, but he glanced at Heaven's Fate. At this moment, a voice suddenly sounded in Heaven's Fate's mind. You're finished. You're really driving yourself crazy. If you don't go crazy, when your father reappears, I will smash your head. Heaven's Fate wanted to cry. Father! An extremely sorrowful roar was heard. Heaven's Fate had gone crazy. He had really gone crazy this time. Father, your son is suffering. Your son is being threatened. If you're alive, you will smash my head. I'm a dog's head. Father, what are you? Chapter 1106. Whether celestial polarity cried or not had nothing to do with Fong Ping. At this moment, Fong Ping and the others returned to the bronze basilica cautiously. The ground was a complete mess. Previously, the final explosion of the Grand Array had engulfed the entire God City. Today, there were countless casualties in the God City. But at this moment, no one cared. Everyone was very excited. The formation was broken. In front of the palace door, the 2 venerable sovereigns and the 5 true gods all looked at the gate expectantly. At that moment, Taoist Feng Yun suddenly said, "Be careful of the formation. Yun Sheng, you're the weakest. Even if you touch the formation, your counterattack will be limited. We can resist it. Go and take a look." Fong Ping did not look too good. Was this guy still suspecting something, or did he really want him to test it out? Before Fong Ping could speak, Di Fei suddenly said, "Sir, isn't this inappropriate? Yunsheng has only just advanced, and he hasn't even stabilized his cultivation yet. His control over his strength is still weak, and the slightest mistake could easily cause the grand formation to explode." Di Fei said a few words and said calmly, "Sir, you are a venerable sovereign. Your control of power is superb. I think it's better for you to take the trouble to investigate." As he spoke, he looked at Di Qi and the others with a determined expression. "Now that you've agreed, us true gods will be at the mercy of others. If there's one, there'll be another. We don't even know if there will be any danger after this. If we're going to test the waters, we'll die sooner or later. We might as well fall out with him now. Ground Cheese expression changed for a while and said slowly, Sir, there should be no more formation, right? Yunxing's strength is weak, so forget it. If he ignored Yunxing now, Di Fei would probably fall out with him. If the father and son ran away, would Di Ping and Di Xing still dare to stay? At that time, the alliance would fall apart. He was no match for the two venerable sovereigns. Feng Yun frowned slightly. Thunder Sovereign did not say a word, but he was gloating inwardly. Continue. It would be best to offend these few people to death. He felt that he might not be a match for Feng Yun. Now, he had the intention to rope in these few true gods to prevent Feng Yun from benefiting. Taoist Feng Yun's eyes flickered, and he said faintly, I don't want anyone to die or take risks, but I think Yun Sheng's control is strong, and his strength isn't weak either. If he encounters danger, he might be more suitable than the others. Moreover, the cloud-born golden body is powerful, so I have a higher chance of surviving in a crisis. Fong Ping cursed inwardly. Was this guy testing him? This won't do. If this went on, he would really be exposed. Daoist Feng Yin was probably still suspecting something. This guy was too paranoid. Didn't I throw Heavenly Wood out to be the scapegoat? Why are you still doubting me? However, he knew that Daoist Feng Yun wasn't sure. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been so easygoing. Now that he said he was Fong Ping, oddity ground, and the others might think that Taoist Feng Yun was trying to drive a wedge between them. These people might not believe Feng Yun's words. But even if he didn't believe it, that didn't mean he didn't suspect it at all. At this moment, Fong Ping's eyes flickered for a while. He said quickly, Sir, now that things have come to this, why are you still sending us to our deaths? There aren't many Divine Court realm experts left. Do you really want to kill all the true gods, my lord? As Fong Ping spoke, he took a few steps back and said loudly, Sir, if you don't want us to reap the benefits, then Yunxing will withdraw. Father, this place is dangerous. Why don't we return to Heavenly Cloud Island? Di Fei reacted instantly. He gathered with Fong Ping and said coldly, Then my son and I will leave this place. Please have mercy, sir. Daoist Feng Yun's expression changed slightly, and he said coolly, Yunsheng, you're more talkative than before. I don't mean that. Why do you have to be so sharp-tongued? If you really investigate some things, there might be loopholes. Sir, what do you mean? Fong Ping's face was livid. Sir, are you trying to drive a wedge between us? After saying that, he gritted his teeth and said, Is it because we joined forces with Venerable Emperor Thunder? If you're angry because of this... At the side, Thunder's eyes flickered. Could it be true? Was Feng Yun afraid because they joined forces to kill Yin Ji? Worried? Daoist Feng Yun's expression changed again. He chuckled and said, What a glib tongue. What a new true god. I've heard that you're better with your mouth than your hands. Now it seems that it's not a lie. Fong Ping frowned and snorted. Sir, you must be joking. Yunxing doesn't have that capability. Yes, Yunxing doesn't have that capability. Daoist Feng Yun smiled and glanced at them again. Seeing that their faces were full of vigilance and anger, he sighed in his heart. If I said that Yunxing was Fong Ping, how would they react? Would they think that I'm trying to frame them? He was even more certain that Yunxing was Fong Ping in disguise. As for the previous Heavenly Wood, he was a little shocked. Maybe Heavenly Wood and Fong Ping were in cahoots. If that was the case, it would be a little scary. This king of man had entered the celestial court and created a massacre in a few words. Now a saint-level powerhouse, even if he could not come here, but if he was really working with Fong Ping. Who knew if he could move his real body? Should he expose him? Would it benefit him if he did? After thinking for a while, Feng Yun closed his eyes. Fong Ping's mind suddenly rang out his voice. Let's work together. Some things only you and I know. I just want to become stronger. I don't care about other things. Even if you and I fight to the death, it won't change the general trend. The ones who really decide the general trend are not you and me, but those in the celestial cemetery. Even if all the powerhouses in the three realms die now, it won't change anything. Since we're already here, It won't help even if we fight again. You and D. Fei, work together with me. Thunder is the main warmonger. I've traveled to 3 realms all these years, and I've also been to the human world. I know one thing. The ones who decide the general trend are the powerhouses. The top powerhouses. Fong Ping, what do you think? Fong Ping frowned. He was also very vigilant, preparing to retreat. The next moment, Fong Ping suddenly shouted, "Sir, why are you threatening me? Father, can you and I fight an emperor today?" Di Fei's chi activity surged. Both of them stood together instantly, looking at Feng Yun angrily. Di Qi and the others frowned. At this moment, they also moved slowly, walking to Fong Ping and Yun Sheng's side. Daoist Feng Yun gave Fong Ping a deep look and said lightly, "Yun Sheng, I'm not threatening you. I'm just telling you that a venerable emperor is a venerable emperor after all. A true god can't compare to him." Fong Ping gritted his teeth and suddenly looked at Venerable Emperor Thunder. He did not say anything, just looked at him. Venerable Emperor Thunder saw this and smiled slightly, saying, "Feng Yun, forget it. Why bother with the juniors? Since we've already come this far, why start a dispute again?" He was very satisfied. Feng Yun and them were at loggerheads. This was the best. Daoist Feng Yun glanced at him and chuckled, smiling indifferently. Fong Ping was a little interesting. He was indeed testing him previously, but the test was very effective. Yun Sheng was Fong Ping. Otherwise, at this moment, Yun Sheng would be shouting that he was not Fong Ping. But he did not. As for turning hostile now, Feng Yun did not care. He believed that Fong Ping would make the right choice. Moreover, he did not plan to kill Fong Ping. Fong Ping's ability to strip Heavenly Emperor Dao was really a gift that came knocking on his door. Now that the Earth King Hall was open, the Heavenly Emperor Golden Body. Thinking about it, Daoist Feng Yun suddenly felt a little excited. Daoist Feng Yun ignored everyone. The treasured mirror above his head shone in all directions. The hall door trembled. At this moment, the treasure realm was also trembling. Daoist Feng Yun closed his eyes to sense for a moment. Suddenly, he opened his eyes and said, "The array has been broken. Next, it's up to everyone's ability. I'll make a move first." As soon as he finished speaking, the treasured mirror emitted a strong light. The hall door rumbled. In the next moment, a gap opened. Daoist Feng Yun flashed and disappeared in the gap instantly. Venerable Emperor Thunder also rushed over instantly, but it was too late. Kaboom! An extremely violent energy overflowed and hit him in the blink of an eye. Venerable Emperor Thunder roared, smashing the space behind him. But he did not care, shouting angrily, "Don't even think about it." As soon as he finished speaking, he also exploded with a powerful force. With one blow, the hall door trembled, revealing another gap. At this moment, Venerable Emperor Thunder also quickly entered. As for Ground Oddity and the others, they also roared and attacked the hall door together. This time, Ground Oddity did not hide. His aura was extremely powerful. With one blow, the hall door trembled. The hall door's counterattack was blocked by him alone. Go in! Ground Oddity roared. If he went in alone, the others might not have a chance to enter. But if he went in, could he be a match for 2 venerable emperors? Everyone did not need him to say anything. Taking advantage of this opportunity, they all entered the gap. Ground Oddity roared, spitting out blood, and instantly entered the gap. With a loud bang, the hall door closed. At this moment, Fong Ping's heart trembled slightly. This door, he might not be able to open it alone. Once he entered, it would really be extremely dangerous. But things had already come to this point. If he did not enter, it would be even more dangerous. The Earth King Hall was opened. At this moment, the Earth King's clone also felt it. 10,000 zhang above. It was also a mess. The chessboard was still there, but at this moment, Sky Wood and the Earth King's clone had entered the chessboard. The chessboard was like a small world, sealing everything. At this moment, 1 person and 1 tree were in this chessboard. "How dare you?" The Earth King's clone snorted. No one knew whether he was talking about those who entered the Earth King Hall or the opposite Skywood. At this moment, the opposite Skywood still had white hair, but there was a walking stick in his hand. It was a walking stick made of wood, with a golden fruit carved on it. It looked real. Skyward held the walking stick in his hand. He looked old, bent over, and a large number of white chess pieces floated behind him. Opposite him, the Earth King was dressed in a black robe. His black hair fluttered in the wind, his face cold and solemn. Skyward, do you think you can make a comeback just like this? Your Highness, why are you so aggressive? Skyward coughed lightly. Your Highness, the combination of the clone and the main body, even if you can't break through 8 realms, you are close to it. That is also one of the strongest in the 3 realms. Your Highness, why must you fight with me to the end? Humph! The Earth King snorted coldly. 8,000 years. If not for the sake of merging Skyward with his clone, why would he need to wait as long as 8,000 years? Close to breaking 8? No, this king is doing it for breaking 9. Although breaking 8 was a supreme powerhouse, could he compare to extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor? Could he compare to a sovereign? Not only did he, Hong Kun, want to become strong, he also wanted to become the strongest. Extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor's Jade Bones. Extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor's Divine Sense. Extreme Tao Heaven and Earth Vital Energy. Extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor's Everything. He wanted to become an extreme Tao sovereign. Sovereigns were also incomparably powerful, but in a single aspect, they were inferior to extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor. Once he fused everything, then he might be able to become the strongest sovereign. This was his ambition. This was the reason why he constantly plotted and endured for these 8,000 years. He felt that he was about to succeed. Skyward almost could not hold on anymore. Fusing with Skyward, his spiritual sense and golden body could both reach a limit. Next was Heavenly Emperor's golden body. Heavenly Emperor's great Tao. Heavenly Emperor's everything. At that time, who could match in the 3 realms? Even if he was unable to become a sovereign now, he also possessed the combat strength to break through 9. Once he stepped into the sovereign Tao during the great struggle, he would complete the great cause that the extreme Tao Heavenly Emperor couldn't complete back then. Your Highness, I'm afraid that the Earth King Palace has been opened and the Heavenly Dog's golden body has been seized. Your Highness's great plan has probably gone down the drain. Your Highness, must you continue to tangle with this old man? Tian Mu sighed. Your Highness, do you know that Emperor Tsong's companions are among those who entered the Earth King Palace this time? Your Highness, are you still as indifferent as before? King Kuen's expression changed. He then snorted coldly. Yunsheng? Yes. So what? After all, he's not a cat. Your Highness, are you really not worried? Heavenly Wood laughed. It's not that I don't have the strength to continue fighting. If I continue, Your Highness will also be injured, and there is a risk of dying. It would be better to return now. Dream on. Skyward sighed and said, it seems that His Highness wants this clone to die. It actually didn't want to fight anymore, so it asked the Kuen King's clone to leave. As for the King of Man, what did the King of Man's death have to do with it? If the Kuen King left, it could merge its mentality with the main body. Even if the main body was too powerful and it couldn't be completely controlled, it could still control it a little. It could leave the heavenly court, enter misery, and find a random place to cultivate. That would be better than staying here. After a few years, when it completely merged with the main body, it might be able to directly enter the Heavenly King realm. The ancient number 1 tree was not just for show. Unfortunately, the Kuen King refused to leave. The Kuen King also didn't think that a rank 9, or rather, a true god, could do anything. Skyward felt that the Kuen King might underestimate this King of Man, but even he didn't believe it when he said it. The man and the tree started fighting again. Skyward was helpless. If this went on, he had to think of a way. Otherwise, when would this fight end? The Kuen King's main body had returned. If he was still here, he probably wouldn't be able to leave. Inside the Earth King Palace, the moment Fong Ping entered, he felt that something was wrong. Everyone had disappeared. He came in through the door, and there was no one around him. Damn it! Fong Ping cursed. This was not a good thing. He didn't expect that there was a mystery inside the Coin King's Hall. Now that the true gods were scattered, if he really encountered an emperor level, he would be courting death. Previously, he could still fight. Even if Wind Cloud saw through his identity, Fong Ping felt that he could still fool the other true gods and kill Wind Cloud together. But now, why were they separated? There was indeed something mysterious about this hall. At this moment, he was on an empty ancient bronze path. There were walls on both sides. The bronze walls were the same material as the bronze hall. Fong Ping felt that he might not have the ability to break through. Fong Ping was extremely vigilant. At the same time, he also felt that Heavenly Battle Emperor was really poor. This Spring Guardian's palace was actually much more mysterious than his Heavenly Battle Palace. Didn't old Wang know to plunder some benefits in his past life? What a waste of his identity as an extreme path, Heavenly Emperor. Where is Tengu's corpse? I met Tengu. This guy is really alive, forget it. I don't want to meet him anymore. Fong Ping suddenly did not want to meet Tengu's corpse. It was fine if it was dead. If it was alive, who knew what Tengu was thinking? Kill him with a slap? Swallow him in one gulp? Tengu could even swallow a saint in one gulp. Fong Ping did not think that he had a chance to speak. While thinking about this, Fong Ping walked forward. He was careful, not daring to make a single movement. Not only that, Fong Ping even restrained his aura at this time. Although he might be exposed if he suddenly met someone now, it was still better than being a beacon. This place was dim, but his aura could not be concealed. If someone secretly targeted him, with a stronger mentality than him and a wider detection range, he was likely to be regarded as prey. If two emperors met him, Thunder would probably want to kill him. Wind Cloud would probably want to capture him too. Also, was there no other danger in this hall? Fong Ping stuck to the wall, almost bending his back as he walked forward. He did not dare to walk straight, lest he was suddenly cut in half at the waist. Anyway, no one saw him. It was okay to be a little cowardly outside. If he won in the end, he could boast all he wanted when he returned. After walking for a while, Fong Ping seemed to see something in front of him. Fong Ping continued forward. After walking for a while, he saw a few forks, and at the place where the forks converged, there was a simple hut with a simple plaque hanging on the hut. Fong Ping clearly did not recognize the words on the hut, but at this moment, his mentality fluctuated, and he seemed to understand these words. Origin Realm. Fong Ping seemed to understand, a little surprised. What did it mean? Origin Realm? Ancient martial artists called rank 9 the Origin Realm. This hut was called the Origin Realm? Very soon, Fong Ping saw something else. On the left side of the hut, there was a tablet with words on it too. Origin, the beginning of all Taos. Where does Tao go? Where is the door that blocks the road? Where is the end? Does Tao have an end? A series of questions. Origin Realm, the beginning of Tao. Enter the origin, explore all Taos. Can all Taos converge? Fong Ping felt a little dizzy. What did it mean? This hut? What was it? This place, this hall, what was it for? He had never heard of these things in the Kunwang Hall. Origin Realm. Fong Ping murmured in his heart. Is this a place that simulates the origin world? This hut is the starting point to enter the origin realm? Fong Ping frowned. Someone was evolving Taos here? If it was really like what he guessed, the owner of this hall was too powerful. Was it the Spring Guardian or the Kunwang? This hall did not seem to be built for living, but for something else. Explore the end of Tao. Explore the location of the door? Find the Real Sanjiao Gate? One must know that the current Sanjiao Gate was all illusory and not real. If it is as I think, this guy is a little too powerful. Maybe he is already close to that realm. Origin Realm. Fong Ping looked at the hut in front of him. Should he go in? The hut had no door. It was pitch black inside. He could not see anything, even mentality could not probe. While Fong Ping was hesitating, his expression suddenly changed. He quickly went into a fork and disappeared. After a while, a figure arrived. Ground Oddity. Origin Realm? Ground Oddity also saw the hut, then looked at the forks in all directions, murmuring, Origin Realm. This is the place where the sect leader stores Taos. In the dark, Fong Ping's heart moved. Stores Taos? The Kunwang had started many wars. After each war, he would go and reap the harvest. Where there was war, there was Kunwang. The gate of reflection was his handiwork. All these years, the age of turmoil, the era of the earthly emperor god dynasty, the era of the sects, including the invasion of the demon emperor 1,000 years ago, there were traces of the divine sect. No one could say for sure how many Daos Kun had collected. Could it be that the Kunwang was useless and was stored in some place? Did the origin realm exist? Like how he let the old cat strip it previously, turn it into a crystal door, and stored it here. If that was the case, this was a super treasure land. Fong Ping almost swallowed his saliva in his heart. He did not know how many Daos there were. If he brought them back and let the humans take them, even if their prospects were limited, they might not be able to become emperors or saints in the future. But so what? Creating a batch of paragons would still be of great use. Origin Realm. What a great place. Ground Oddity was also hesitant at this moment. He had also seen the stone monument. Should he go in or not? It felt a little dangerous. Forget it. I'm already here. How can I return empty-handed? After saying this, his figure moved and disappeared from the hut in an instant. Fong Ping hurriedly probed, but he frowned. He could not sense anything. What the hell was this hut? It did not look big, but a near-emperor powerhouse went in and actually disappeared. He won't be dead, right? Fong Ping was a little worried. He was a little scared. Should he go in? Chapter 1107. Taking a day off from global martial arts, please wait a moment. After the content has been updated, please refresh the page to receive the latest update. Chapter 1108. Fong Ping was still considering whether to enter when suddenly another figure flashed past. Earth Xing. Fong Ping's eyes lit up when he saw Earth Xing. Among them, he wanted to kill Earth Xing the most. This guy had a fat baby. Origin Realm. Earth Xing seemed to know something too. He frowned and gritted his teeth. Before Fong Ping could react, this guy rushed into the hut. Decisive. Earth Xing was considered decisive among them, whether it was when he attacked Earthman or when he made a deal with Fong Ping. At this moment, Earth Xing did not hesitate and entered Origin Realm directly. Seeing this, Fong Ping gritted his teeth. If Earth Xing dared to enter, there was nothing he would not dare to do. This hut was an inanimate object after all. Could it be more threatening than an emperor level? I'm in. Fong Ping's figure flashed and disappeared on the spot, entering the Origin hut. The vicinity of the hut was quiet again. After a while, Taoist Feng Yun walked over from the fork. Seeing the Origin hut, Taoist Feng Yun frowned slightly. He stared for a while, but did not say anything. After a while, Taoist Thunder also came over vigilantly. Seeing Taoist Feng Yun, his expression changed slightly. His gaze was sharp. Soon his gaze fell on the hut. After looking for a while, he seemed to recognize something and frowned slightly. Origin Realm. Is it open or closed? Taoist Feng Yun stared for a while and said slowly, it might be open. Before the sect leader left, he didn't even close the Origin Realm. The sect leader didn't prepare to leave for a long time. Taoist Feng Yun was not surprised at all. When King Kun left, he did not think that he would not return. If that was the case, some things were naturally not arranged. The two talked for a while. Thunder said in a low voice, do you want to go in? Thunder, you're not going in? Taoist Feng Yun smiled faintly. I won't fight with you for the opportunity. Thunder said indifferently, the Origin Realm is a good place. This is the treasure of the myriad Daos left behind by the Master of the Hall, the Guardian of the Spring. Feng Yun, aren't you tempted? The treasure of the myriad Daos? Feng Yun chuckled. It's just a simulation of the myriad Daos. It's not like it's the real myriad Daos. Thunder, it's not like we don't know. Moreover, we haven't reached that level yet. We're not the sect leader. We don't need to observe the entire source world. That's true. Thunder nodded and disappeared from the fork in the blink of an eye. He had heard that the Origin Realm was a good place. Moreover, some of the great Tao that King Kun had plotted over the years seemed to be stored within. However, the origin realm was also very dangerous, and it was easy to get lost. He did not want to enter it at this time. The most important thing was the celestial, the arch golden body. He wanted to see if he could obtain some great opportunities from the heavenly emperor golden body. After he left, Taoist Fengyun frowned slightly in regret. Taoist Fengyun actually wanted to go in and take a look. The origin realm was a relic left behind by the person who guarded the spring in the past. It was a supreme treasure that was created after countless years of imitating the operation of the 10,000 Taos. Here, you may find yourself further along the path. Here, perhaps, you can remedy the defects in your path. There is no way to continue on the great Tao. Perhaps you can find the one that belongs to you in the simulated myriad Taos. Even though the Spring Guardian was only an imitation, a powerhouse like the Spring Guardian had great foresight and was definitely more knowledgeable than King Kuan. Even King Kuan felt that this was a good place and had spent a lot of effort on it over the years. Even King Kuan could benefit from it, let alone them. However, this place was indeed dangerous. It was very easy to get lost in it. Taoist Fengyun felt that he might not get lost, but Thunder had left. He did not want to stay any longer. Let's look for the celestial, the arch golden body first. Taoist Fengyun took a breath and disappeared soon after. The origin realm. As soon as Fong Ping entered, he was a little dazed. At this moment, he appeared in a patch of darkness. It was a very familiar feeling. Soon, Fong Ping shook his head and murmured, This is the point from back then, the point from when he stepped into the origin realm. Opening up the origin realm was originally to open up a small foothold in the darkness. Only then would one open up a path that belonged to oneself. As soon as Fong Ping entered, he felt that he was familiar. Now that he connected it with what he thought before, he quickly understood that this was a man-made origin realm. I think I have some idea of what the origin realm is. Fong Ping, said the small house. He roughly knew what the small house was used for. Fong Ping's eyes flickered. At this moment, a voice suddenly came from the darkness. Once you step into the origin realm, you can't regret it. There are thousands of paths in the world. Who dares to say that their path is the strongest? The path ahead is unclear. There are no regrets in martial arts. I am unwilling and unconvinced. Who said that my martial arts are inferior to others? There are regrets in martial arts. Leave the origin realm to prove your Tao. In the void, an old voice came. Fong Ping listened for a while, raised his eyebrows, and ignored it. It was just a remnant of the past, no different from a phonograph. However, he could hear something in general. The owner of this origin realm seemed to have taken the wrong path back then. Or perhaps he was not strong enough and regretted it. However, the origin realm was established. After walking for countless meters, could it be destroyed and restarted? Destroying the Tao often meant death. Out of 100 destroyed Tao, 99 would die, and the remaining one would be crippled. Unless it was replaced by other existing Tao. Wu Quishan, Tian Mu, and the others had actually destroyed Tao before, but they were all replaced by other Tao. Moreover, they were not completely destroyed back then. Wu Quishan was still walking on his own Tao now, just wearing the mysterious Jade True King's Tao as a skin. There are regrets in Tao. Fong Ping rubbed his chin. How could he regret it? At this moment, the surroundings suddenly brightened up. Then, a Tao appeared. Like an undersea tunnel, a crystal-like passageway appeared in the darkness. This is your Tao. Walk in and see if there is an end to your Tao. How far can you walk? There are regrets in the origin realm. A vague voice came into his ears. Fong Ping glanced at the Tao in front of him. After a while, he was speechless. Nonsense. This is your Tao, not mine. Who are you looking down on? Was my Tao so wide? Was it tens of meters? My Tao was more than 3,000 meters. Were you looking down on me? Return my Tao. Who were you fooling? In the darkness, the crystal Tao seemed to be waiting for something. Seeing that Fong Ping did not enter after a long time, a force similar to the origin chi swept past Fong Ping. It swept one round, another round, and another round. After a while, a human voice came into his ears again. This is your Tao. When he said this, the crystal Tao rumbled and changed, as if it had expanded slightly. Fong Ping rolled his eyes. He understood a little. Were you scanning my aura? You can't scan it, right? Now you just randomly made a Tao to fool me, and you dare say it's my Tao? Looks like it's not that great. Fong Ping thought it was quite mysterious earlier. The owner who left this behind was quite powerful. Now it seemed ordinary. Fong Ping looked left and right. After a while, he did not see Ground Strange and Ground Xing. He was a little depressed. Where were they? At this moment, the scanning continued. In the void, another wave of energy swept over. It seemed to be slightly stronger than before. The force swept past Fong Ping, as if it was trying to identify something. The crystal path began to change again. One moment, it became tens of meters wide. The next moment, it became hundreds of meters wide. The next moment, it even became thousands of meters wide. Fong Ping suddenly chuckled. The aura on his body changed. In the next moment, Yun Sheng's aura emerged. At this moment, the space trembled slightly. At this moment, a crystal Tao appeared in front of him. This is your Tao. Walk in. There are regrets in the Tao. The mechanical voice sounded again. Seeing this, Fong Ping rubbed his chin. He thought for a while. Suddenly, his aura changed again. This time, it became Qi Huanyu's aura. Rumble. The crystal Tao changed again. This time, the Tao in front of him changed a little beyond Fong Ping's expectations. A Tao that was hundreds of meters wide appeared. It seemed similar to the one Fong Ping saw when he entered Qi Huanyu's Tao. You can really imitate it? Fong Ping was a little surprised. Was this place so mysterious? After thinking about it, Fong Ping was suddenly interested. He wanted to take a look. Was it dangerous? It did not feel dangerous. Fong Ping thought about it and still stepped in. He did not feel too much danger. It should not be too dangerous. This Tao, was it really Qi Huanyu's Tao? A fake was a fake. Fong Ping did not think that anyone could imitate someone else's Tao completely. As soon as Fong Ping stepped into the crystal Tao, he felt a sense of familiarity. It was too similar to Qi Huanyu's Tao that day. Everyone's Tao was different. Some people's Tao was like sheep's intestines, pitch black. Some people's Tao was like heaven, illuminated by sunlight. Some people's Tao was like a single log bridge, extremely dangerous. There were also people like Qi Huanyu, whose Tao was flat. Other than some weak points at the end, there were almost no other flaws. Fong Ping entered and looked around. He did not see those memory fragments. This was normal. After all, he knew that this place was fake. Fong Ping looked for a while and continued to walk forward. 500 meters, 800 meters, 1,000 meters. When he walked to 1,000 meters, there was still a path ahead. It seemed like he could not see the end. Fong Ping was surprised. He frowned slightly and continued to walk forward. 2,000 meters, 3,000 meters. At this moment, a person appeared in the Tao performing martial arts. Fong Ping looked at the phantom. Was this not Yun Sheng? No. Was this not how he looked now? In the Tao, Yun Sheng was extremely domineering. A long spear swept in all directions, breaking the void and shattering heaven and earth. The further he went, the stronger he was. 10,000 meters. Soon, Fong Ping walked to 10,000 meters. At 10,000 meters, in the Tao, the phantom appeared again. It was still Yun Sheng. At this moment, Yun Sheng wore an emperor crown on his head, golden boots on his feet, holding a golden long spear in his hand. A spear pierced through fifth heaven. In front of the phantom, chaos appeared. A 5-petal black lotus appeared, breaking 5. This definitely had the strength of an emperor level, and it was not the weakest kind. A destructive power of more than 2 per million calories. This meant that if Yun Sheng if Qi Huanyu did not die, walked to 10,000 meters and entered emperor level, he would have the strength to break 5. Fong Ping watched like he was watching a movie as Yun Sheng swept in all directions in the void, practicing martial arts. He became more and more interested. This place was a little interesting. The great Tao he saw seemed to be real. If Qi Huanyu did not die and continued to build according to the direction of this Tao, would he really be able to enter emperor level smoothly? It's hard to say. Fong Ping shook his head and continued walking forward. The further he went, the stronger the phantom. As he walked, he had almost walked to the point of 20,000 meters. Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. In front of him, the Tao seemed to have reached a cliff, broken. Yes, a broken section. In front of the broken Tao, there was darkness. The Tao has an end. In the void, a voice came again. Your Tao can't become a saint. The Tao is regrettable. Repent, and you will be saved. Fong Ping looked around, walked to the end, and touched the broken section. It was as if it was real. At this moment, Fong Ping suddenly raised his head. In the void, Yun Sheng knelt on the ground, the long spear broken, howling at the sky. With a look of despair, the next moment, blood splattered in the void, his head cut off by an unknown enemy. Fong Ping seemed to be watching a show, without any sense of immersion. Yun Sheng was beheaded, not me. Yun Sheng was killed long ago, and I killed him myself. Besides, Yun Sheng does not use a spear. Interesting. Fong Ping rubbed his chin. It was a little interesting. This place was a little mysterious. Previously, when the space scanned his aura, it gave him Qi Huanyu's Tao. This was because he imitated Qi Huanyu's aura, but what appeared was the appearance of Yun Sheng, because his current appearance was that of Yun Sheng. If it were someone else, wouldn't it be their own Tao that they imitated? Their own appearance? Watching helplessly as they become stronger. And then their Tao collapses after becoming stronger, with no path forward, killed by someone. This would make people despair, wouldn't it? And then, Fong Ping let out a sudden laugh. He knew. At this moment, the entire crystal Tao was collapsing. Almost in an instant, the Tao he waited for completely shattered. At this moment, Fong Ping returned to the previous starting point again. The Tao is regrettable. Your Tao has an end. Take another Tao and replace it. One day to become a saint, one day to become a king. In the next moment, a Tao appeared in front of Fong Ping again. 1,000 meters wide, the sun shone brightly, and the road ahead had no end. Fong Ping chuckled and stepped into it directly. After a while, Fong Ping walked about 30,000 meters. The Tao collapsed again, and the apparition bled again. It was killed. Soon, Fong Ping returned to the starting point. A voice came from the void again. This Tao is not strong? Then take another Tao. As soon as the words were spoken, Tao was produced in the void again. Fong Ping smiled and continued to step in. This time, the Tao was wider and farther, close to 50,000 meters. When he reached the end, another voice came. The Tao is regrettable, but it can be replaced. With a thought, heaven and earth can be changed in the origin realm. At this moment, in the Tao, Yun Sheng was extremely strong. He had already reached the level of the 10 great Grotto Heaven Masters. 50,000 meters Tao. The road ahead was not cut off, but it was a little unclear. As for Fong Ping, he suddenly had an urge to fly up to the sky and merge with the apparition Yun Sheng. Once he merged, he felt that he could directly possess this Tao. At the end of the road, Fong Ping looked at the sky. After a while, he sighed. It's only 50,000 meters. It's a little short. I'm not even a saint. I don't like it. Following these words, the Tao collapsed again. In the void, another voice came. This Tao is not strong. My strength can reach the heavens, but human strength is limited. If it's too strong, the golden body can't bear it. The Tao collapses, the golden body is destroyed. I don't care. Give me something stronger. Fong Ping shouted. In the next moment, the 50,000 meters Tao collapsed. Fong Ping appeared at the starting point again. This time, the front trembled for a while. Then a huge and wide Tao appeared. Fong Ping entered it quickly. As soon as he entered, he felt different. Powerful. Valiant. The Yun Sheng that appeared here had an extremely powerful Qi dynamic. Fong Ping walked forward until he walked 50,000 meters, but he still could not see the end. In the void, another voice came. Shatter a Tao and can appear again. Replace it and become a saint in a day. Give up. Everything is fabricated. The origin realm, the land of miracles. This time, it was the real Tao of a saint. Fong Ping walked all the way to 80,000 meters before he felt that he could not go on anymore. The front was a little hazy, but it was not a broken section. In the void, the Yun Sheng seemed to come to life. He roared, "Come up! You are me, I am you. Merge into one, replace it, and become a saint in a day." "You come down?" Fong Ping chuckled. "I am you. You are not me. You are a fake Yun Sheng. I am also a fake Yun Sheng. We are in the same group, but you are not me," Fong Ping joked. Then he looked around, feeling a little speechless. "It's as if it's real. If I merge now, will I be unlucky? Why do I feel that this damn place is not a good place? No one will believe in something like a pie falling from the sky, right?" He realized that this place was tempting him to merge with the apparition, saying something about replacing it. But it felt too crude and unattractive. Could this place really make him fall for it? That would be underestimating him too much. All right, the main thing was that the Yun Sheng had a poor sense of immersion. If it was his real face, Fong Ping might be a little tempted. "This place won't do. How do I leave? I should look for Earth Xing." Fong Ping was not interested in this. "You made a Yun Sheng for me to merge." "Merge what? Who is one with the Yun Sheng?" Just as Fong Ping was thinking about how to get out, in the same space, Ground Chi looked conflicted. At this moment, he was walking on a path that was 30,000 meters long. It was a real great path. At least, Ground Chi felt that this place was too real. It was definitely not an illusion, but a real powerhouse's great path. In the sky, another Ground Chi roared. "What are you hesitating for? Do you want to live under someone else's roof? Do you want to be someone else's subordinate? Do you want to be someone else's dog? Merge! Replace!" This is the great path that King Kuan stripped after killing the venerable emperor. "Merge! You and I will become emperors today." Ground Chi looked conflicted. Yes, he actually recognized this great path. He had never been to the venerable emperor's great path, but he felt that it was familiar. This was the path of a powerful venerable emperor in the battle of the earthly emperor god dynasty. This was a real great path. Previously, a 10,000-meter great path had appeared in front of him, but he felt that it was a little fake and was not tempted. But at this moment, what he saw was real. Ground Chi believed that it was real. "Merge, Emperor, opportunity." Ground Chi looked at the Ground Chi in the sky and struggled. Could he really become an emperor if he merged it? Could he really replace the master of this great path and become a real venerable emperor? He hadn't even walked 10,000 meters of his own great path. It was extremely difficult to become an emperor. 10,000 meters was a threshold. But now, there was a ready-made great path that was 30,000 meters long. Such a venerable emperor was not weak among the emperors. "Merge," Ground Chi murmured. He had a feeling that once he merged with the phantom in the sky, he might really become an emperor. Is this what the sect master meant by easily losing oneself? Ground Chi murmured. These years, the Kuan Palace had been too mysterious. He had been here once, but he hadn't seen an origin realm expert. But he had heard from the sect master that King Kuan had almost merged all the great paths of the powerhouses he had stripped off over the years into the origin realm. In the origin realm, there was really a strong, great path, and it was the complete kind. In fact, some people had entered it before and obtained opportunities. The sect master didn't explain in detail. He only said that the origin realm had benefits and dangers. The biggest danger was that it was easy to get lost. For example, once you really merged with the fake great path, your own great path might collapse, and the great path that replaced it would be fake. The path would be broken, and the risk of death would be very high. But Ground Chi didn't know whether the real great path would be the same. What should I choose? Ground Chi was struggling. Replace it or give it up? If he gave it up, even if this great path didn't collapse, it might not appear again. Would he encounter the real great path next? There were thousands of great paths in the origin realm, both real and fake. Among the thousands of great paths, to find some real great paths that were stronger than the one he had now and could withstand such power, it was not easy. His golden body couldn't even withstand a 30,000-meter great path, let alone a longer great path. Ground Chi was hesitating. At the same time, Ground Chi was also hesitating. At this moment, he was also on a 10,000-meter great path. The great path of a venerable emperor. It was also the real great path. Ground Chi's face was full of sweat. He had also heard some rumors about the origin realm. He had even heard that among the protectors, some had actually walked this great path and achieved the position of venerable emperor and became a protector. These great paths were the result of King Kuin's many years of hard work. King Kuin wanted to complete the convergence of thousands of great paths, so he usually wouldn't give others a chance to enter the origin realm, unless it was a great contribution. But now, he had come in and become emperor in one day. What should he do? At this moment, even if he left, he felt that he had gained a lot because he saw his own path. He had walked in and even walked to the end, but his end was only 10,000 meters. It was very difficult. Unlike this great path, there were still some paths after 10,000 meters, and he might be able to walk further soon. I'm the weakest among these people. Even Yunsheng might not be able to defeat me. In this treasure hunt, I might be the first true god to die. But once I become venerable emperor, the origin realm is the result of King Kuin's hard work. Ground Chi struggled violently. The road to becoming emperor was right in front of him. He just needed to merge it. He knew that this was like a pie falling from the sky. But wasn't this the nature of opportunities? There might be some troubles, such as the merging not being smooth, or there might not be a path to walk in the future. But the benefits he got were real benefits. Becoming emperor. Even if this great path wasn't his, so what? The great path was for people to walk, and there were experts who walked the great path of their predecessors. If I can't become emperor, what can I do even if I have another 200 years? I'll still die of old age, and I might not be able to live for 200 years. The great battle is coming, and I might die soon. Ground Chi gritted his teeth. The next moment, he made up his mind and flew toward the shadow. Chapter 1109. Another one. At this moment, Fang Ping was having a lot of fun. Changing aura. He discovered that the aura that he had transformed into Qi Huanyu disappeared after his Dao reached saint level. Yes, it was gone. At most, it would reach saint level Dao. Then, no new Dao appeared. Was this not looking down on him? Fang Ping tried it. It seemed that a person's corresponding aura could lure out so many Dao. Now, Fang Ping was excited. Soon he began to change his aura continuously. In front of him, Dao kept appearing. Fortunately, the master was not here. Otherwise, he would vomit blood now because his origin realm was going to be destroyed. How could it be played like this? Space was trembling. Fang Ping did not care about this. He discovered a great benefit. Even if this Dao was fake, it could be used as a reference. For example, the Dao that appeared when he imitated Tian Mu's aura. Fang Ping went to take a look. Maybe it would be helpful to Tian Mu. He imitated Wu Quishan's aura. He did not know if the Dao that appeared was Wu Quishan's. However, this origin realm was quite capable. Maybe it was Wu Quishan's. Even if he did not learn it, it would definitely be helpful. This was indeed a good place. If he was not tempted by the Dao and followed the prescribed order, he might really be able to reach the realm and level shown by the Dao. Continue. Fang Ping roared. His wealth was worth tens of billions. It was enough to change billions for a few minutes. He was just afraid that he did not have that many Dao to show. Rumble. In the void, Dao appeared one after another. Soon, Fang Ping's eyes moved. Looking at the crystal-like Dao in front of him, Fang Ping was a little suspicious. Why does it feel real? He was not very lucky. He had only discovered a real Dao now. For his own purpose, King Kuin had filled in many real great paths here. Dixing and Dicky encountered them very quickly. As for Fang Ping, he had already attracted dozens of great paths. Only now did a real great path appear. Looking at this Dao that was slightly different from before, Fang Ping scratched his head. This felt real. After all, he was a powerhouse. Whether it was real or fake, he could generally sense it. Is this a real Dao? Fang Ping thought about it and stepped in. This time, the Dao was not so long and illusory. This Dao was more than 7,000 meters. It was much shorter than the previous Tao that was tens of thousands of meters. However, this time, Fong Ping truly felt that this was the true Great Tao. Could this be the Kuan King's Great Tao that Di Qi mentioned? Fong Ping was suspicious. King Kuan was quite capable. Was this place special because of the origin realm, or was it the Kuan King's own doing? To be able to display the true nature of the Great Tao, this was not something that ordinary people could do. Fuse! In the void, Yun Sheng bellowed again, yelling for Fong Ping to integrate. Fong Ping could not be bothered with him. He was not even 10,000 meters away, yet he was shouting about fusion. Who was he looking down on? Interesting. Fong Ping looked around and sensed a strong Sword Dao aura. This Dao should be the Great Dao of a Sword Dao powerhouse. How do I take it away? Fong Ping was troubled. How was he supposed to take it away? He really didn't understand the Great Dao of stripping. The Great Dao was very unpredictable. Until now, he had only seen the old cat strip the Great Dao. The others, including King Kuan, had actually used the old cat's divine peeking mirror to do so. Fong Ping's eyes lit up at the thought. A Chinese cat? That's right. It's not like I can't contact Ashcat and ask. If I could take it away, won't I be rich? If I bring it back to the human world, the Great Tao of a paragon is not cabbage. No matter how many paragons King Kuan has killed, the number of Great Tao he has stripped might not be many. Big cat, come out quickly. I brought you an emperor-level tree fruit. Very soon, the old cat appeared. Where is it? Liar, come back quickly. Eat the fruit, eat the fruit. In his mind, the fat cat's figure hopped around everywhere. It could not wait. After living for so many years, it had never eaten an emperor-level tree's fruit. Back then, the cat tree still had hopes of advancing to emperor level, but the cat tree ran away. It was such a pity. Now Celestial would actually bore fruit. There was an emperor fruit to eat. Fong Ping tricked this fellow out and quickly changed the topic. Brother Cat, do you know about the origin realm? Rank 9, you're so stupid. No, I'm talking about a black house called the origin realm. Inside, Great Tao can be displayed, and even the kind that allows you to integrate, the kind that allows you to become a saint in one day. Black house? Big black face? The old cat was a little embarrassed. They were talking about food, but the liar said something about a black house. How scary. The old cat lost its energy instantly and mumbled, I don't know. Don't. Fong Ping said hurriedly. I found something good here, but I can't take it away now. Brother Cat, there's a true Tao inside. How do I take it back? If I can take it away, I'll immediately get you an emperor level. No, a saint level drink and fruit. Celestial Wood is a saint level powerhouse, which is much stronger than emperor level. Saint level. The old cat was really about to drool. Its fat neck was shaking. That was the action of swallowing saliva. Celestial Wood was actually a saint level powerhouse. This time, he was really going to have a feast. The emperor level beef was still there, plus that cabbage, some other supplementary ingredients, and then some saint level drink and fruit. The old cat felt that he could not take it anymore. If he could get some heavenly king-level fish heads now, this cat would sell himself. Should I go to Spirit Emperor Dojo and borrow that big fish's fish head for a while? The old cat fell into a fantasy. Would that big fish borrow the fish head? This fish head, it could still grow back after borrowing it. It was not a big deal. Borrow a heavenly king-level fish head, a saint-level drink, a saint-level fruit, an emperor-level beef. The emperor-level beef did not seem to be up to par anymore. The old cat's tongue was hanging out. Delicious. A feast. When Big Dog was still around, he had never eaten such a feast. He could not take it anymore. He really could not take it anymore. Fong Ping looked at the way it was drooling, speechless. Foodie. When this cat talked about food, it was too useless. Big Cat stopped fantasizing. Tell me quickly, do you know how to get these Tao away when you're at the Origin Realm? Origin Realm. Origin Realm. Let me think about it. In order to eat, the old cat spared no effort. He scratched his head with his claws, racking his brains. After a while, he asked doubtfully, what's the little dark room like? It's a basilica. Forget it. It's inside the Basilica of the Spring Watcher beside the Longevity Spring. Do you know? Is it the Kuan Kings or the Spring Watchers? The Spring Watcher. The old cat did not seem to remember much about the origin realm. However, when Fong Ping mentioned the Spring Watcher, the old cat suddenly said, "The Spring Watcher. The Spring Watcher. You mean that big pervert?" Huh? Fong Ping was stunned. Who? It's him. The old cat seemed to remember and mumbled, "I remember now. The one who delivered bathwater to the Spirit Emperor." The big pervert wanted to peep at the Spirit Emperor, but Big Dog reported him. The Spirit Emperor beat him up, but he didn't peep, so the Spirit Emperor punished him to guard the Longevity Spring. Then he reported Big Dog too, and Big Dog was beaten up too. Then, Big Dog secretly went to beat him up many times. It was terrible. Fong Ping felt that his worldview was about to collapse. What the hell? Previously, he heard that Taoist Feng Yun had made a mistake and was punished by the Spirit Emperor to guard the spring. Fong Ping felt that he was quite powerful, or else the Spirit Emperor would not have time to deal with him. But now, this so-called mistake was an attempt to peep at the Spirit Emperor, and it was reported by Tengu. In the end, he even reported Tengu. In the heavenly realm, even if Tengu did not break 8, it had the ability to break 7. Someone actually dared to report Tengu. In that case, this Spring Watcher was indeed not weak. After all, with Tengu and the old cat's behavior, ordinary people would not dare to provoke them. The key point was that such a powerhouse also did things like peeping. Fong Ping was speechless. The old cat was still saying excitedly, "I remember this guy. This guy is also a big bad guy. He's not dead yet? Origin realm? Origin realm? Let me think. Is it the broken house inside his broken house? Is it the one that let you integrate the Tao once you go in?" Fong Ping's eyes lit up. You know. Of course. The old cat was not in a hurry. It also chatted with Fong Ping happily. Chatting with Fong Ping took the initiative to find it. It would consume a lot of origin chi. Origin chi. Fong Ping had a lot. It was not bad to raise some small fish heads for himself. The old cat's fat face smiled brightly. That house. That big bad guy found someone to build it. I think it was built by that old man's disciple. It's quite impressive. The big bad guy was beaten up by the Spirit Emperor and then by Big Dog a few times. He's not convinced and wants to take revenge on Big Dog. He still wants to continue peeping at the Spirit Emperor. He wants to walk the Tao again. How interesting. Fong Ping nodded. This was not interesting. This was really bold. The old cat thought it was interesting, but Fong Ping only heard that it was impressive. He wanted to take revenge on the heavenly dog, and he also wanted to continue flirting with the Spirit Emperor. Fong Ping suspected that this Spring Guardian had at least the strength of a heavenly king. Get to the point. What's the use of this house? This house walks the Tao again, the old cat said casually. It's not that he's walking it again. He's just deducing the various Tao and what it will be like at the end. He said that the myriad Tao will definitely converge in the end, and there will be a node in the convergence. He also said that the node might be the origin realm, and the myriad Tao will circle back in the end. That's why he made this house and went around deceiving people to integrate the Tao. But his Tao is so fake. Who knows how to integrate the Tao? He also said that one day he'll get some real Tao to fill in. Maybe he'll fill in all the Tao, and then he'll be able to see the convergence point of the myriad Tao. Fong Ping's heart stirred slightly. This guy has some ideas. Did he do it? No, how can there be so many Tao for him to integrate? That's why he deceives people to integrate the Tao. If he integrates one, there will be a Tao in him. Fong Ping asked hurriedly, what will happen if he integrates those fake Tao? I don't know. The old cat was speechless. Only a fool will integrate fake Tao. But if he really integrates, maybe the real Tao will be cheated away by him. The one who integrates the Tao might die. No one will believe him. Fong Ping was speechless. This was hard to say. It did not matter to him. But if a typical rank 9 came and saw so many Tao that could reach the sky, could they really distinguish it? Of course, they might not be interested in a rank 9 Tao. Now that there's a real Tao inside, how do we get it away? There's a real Tao. The old cat scratched his head. He really cheated the real Tao? King Kuan did it. Oh, King Kuan? Hong Kuan must be trying to find the convergence point of the myriad Tao. So what if he found the convergence point? Fong Ping said doubtfully, in my opinion, the starting point of the myriad Tao is the source world. This is also the convergence point. Everyone knows that, but what's the use of this? Idiot, the old cat said scornfully. If you know the starting point and the convergence point, you can fill in the Tao between these 2 points. If you know where a Tao's starting point and ending point are, you won't go astray. You'll always have a goal. If you continue like this, you'll become stronger. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows. Is the ending point also the source world? If that's the case, I might as well give it a try. Idiot, the old cat said scornfully again. Even if the ending point is the source realm, there are thousands of Tao in the source world. How would you know which one corresponds to which one, and which point corresponds to which one? That's why you have to find it. Only when you find it can you connect your Tao with the ending point. And oh, if it's connected, you might be able to find the door that's blocking the road. Then you can break the door. Anyway, it's very complicated. How do you know so much? Of course I know, the old cat said indifferently. That big bad guy wanted to cheat me in the past too. He knew that I was very powerful, so he wanted to trick me into doing experiments for him. In the end, he was also very stupid. I accepted his benefits, ate his food, and then ran away. It said it proudly, but Fong Ping was secretly cursing. You shameless cat. The Spring Guardian spent money to hire you as a lab rat for experiments. Why didn't you agree? If you agreed, you did it. In the end, you accepted the benefits and ran away. Do you still have any humanity left? All right, it had no humanity to begin with. It had lost its feline nature. King Kuan's ambition is not small. Fong Ping also understood. King Kuan had been collecting Tao all these years. On one hand, it might be to comprehend other people's Tao. On the other hand, it might be related to the source realm. He wanted to replace the Spring Guardian and continue this research, to find the ending point of thousands of Tao. If there's a real Tao and it's merged by someone, what will the consequences be? This, the old cat said in a daze. I'm not sure. The fusion of great Taos. If he replaced a great Tao, then his own great Tao might be left behind. That scoundrel definitely wouldn't let anyone take away the great Tao he replaced. Maybe he can summon it back? That means it can really be merged and replaced? I don't know. Why don't you try? Fong Ping almost scolded it to death. I'll try your head. This cat is really unreliable. What if I lose my own Tao if I try? How do I summon it back? I haven't tried it before, the old cat said gloomily. After all, it's an external Tao. He lost his own Tao. Someone else has mastered his own Tao. Maybe it'll be easy to stab him to death and let the Tao return. Fong Ping's eyes moved slightly. You mean their own Tao will stay here? Probably. Won't the Tao collapse here? The source realm is very complicated. It's half illusion and half reality. It's considered a semi-divine artifact. It can be preserved. Then, if I master a person's Tao and he replaces another Tao here, can I control that person? I already said I haven't tried it before. How would I know? The old cat was even more gloomy. I don't know these things every day. I'm not an omnipotent cat. Just try it. If it doesn't work, just shatter his Tao. After all, it's his own. Even if it replaces another Tao and shatters his own Tao, you might still be able to kill him. Even if you can't kill him, he'll still be injured. Fong Ping's eyes flickered again. Then how do I collect the real Tao here? Di Qi and Di Xing came in. Fong Ping did not know if they had encountered the real Tao, or if they had been tempted and replaced their Tao. If they were replaced, then he might be able to encounter their Tao. When the time came, Fong Ping was still thinking. The old cat's big eyes also flickered. Liar? Are you going to lie? Nonsense. Fong Ping refuted. Am I that kind of person? Yes. Don't talk nonsense. The old cat almost spat at him. You are. Don't even think about denying it. The liar was going to do something bad again. I don't remember how to collect it. Saint-level drinks and fruits. You always lie to me. Unless you give it to me first. Tell me how to do it first. I haven't gone back yet. How can I give it to you? Then, stop that and that. If you don't hurry up and tell me, I'm going to be unlucky soon. If I die, don't even think about encountering an emperor-level drink. Don't even think about encountering one in this lifetime. The old cat was very depressed. What he said made sense. It seemed like this cat was at a disadvantage again. Collecting Tao is very difficult. Tao is half virtual and half real, in between. However, the Tao you encountered here has already been stripped. Stripping is actually the most difficult. This is a little easier. The old cat thought for a while and said, try it. Wrap it with origin chi, then hide it in your origin world and see. You're too weak. Under normal circumstances, there's no way to strip a Tao that's stronger than you. Fong Ping's origin Tao was not even 1,000 meters. He could not actually strip it. However, all the Tao he encountered now had already been stripped. It might not be impossible, the old cat said again. Anyway, just try it. As he said that, the old cat was stunned for a moment. Suddenly he said, You said, you're at Hong Kuen's house? Yes. You said Big Dog is at Hong Kuen's house? Yes. And Hong Kuen's house, is that bad guy's house? Yes. Fong Ping listened and frowned a little. Was this a problem? The old cat scratched his head and said, Big Dog is dead, right? That guy is dead too, right? Otherwise, they would have fought long ago. It's good that he's dead. Forget it. I'll leave first. Don't. Fong Ping said suddenly, if they didn't die, what would be the consequences? What consequences? The old cat rolled his eyes and said, Big Dog beat him. If Big Dog doesn't have the strength now, if that bad guy had the strength, he would definitely beat Big Dog to death. It's the same the other way round. He doesn't have the strength, but Big Dog has the strength. Big Dog will also beat him to death. He used to say bad things about Big Dog. If both of their strengths are about the same, they will definitely fight. You'll be unlucky. If you're there and they fight, won't you be beaten to death? Fong Ping swallowed. Was Big Dog dead? Was the Spring Watcher dead too? As he thought about it, Fong Ping said hurriedly, Big Cat, if Big Dog isn't dead and is still alive, how can I escape if I encounter Big Dog? How about we build a relationship? He's your brother after all. He's also my brother. Shameless. The old cat was disdainful. Building a relationship, getting close to him. How shameless. If you meet him, if Big Dog is really not dead, just tell him to give him dog food, the more the better. If you give it to Big Dog, he won't eat you. Dog food? Snacks? That's easy. No. The old cat was speechless. Big Dog isn't me. I eat snacks, but Big Dog doesn't like them. Big Dog likes to eat things with a lot of energy. You have to promise to give him emperor-level corpses, saint corpses, heavenly king corpses. Only then will it work. Fong Ping shuddered a little. This dog did not sound like a good thing. The old cat was slightly better. This cat did not eat humans. It liked to eat fish-type monsters the most. It was not interested in other monsters. But this dog was really a little scary. I understand. All right, what if we meet the Spring Watcher? Isn't he already dead? Just in case. Fong Ping was also very helpless. Nowadays, all kinds of powerhouses were resurrected. How would he know if the other party had resurrected or not? Then he just happened to go home. If he met an outsider at home, he would be beaten to death like a thief. If we meet that guy, the old cat was also thinking hard. After a while, it said, Why don't you lie to him and say that you're Spirit Emperor's son? No, if he finds out that Spirit Emperor gave birth to little Spirit Emperor, he'll definitely beat you to death. Fong Ping was speechless. This unreliable cat. Then say that Spirit Emperor's relatives? Fong Ping asked hurriedly. Spirit Emperor has relatives? The old cat rolled its eyes again. Who didn't have a few relatives? Was a king not a human? They also started cultivating as a human. Maybe. I remember that she has a little niece. Is it a niece? The daughter of Spirit Emperor's younger sister. She came to Spirit Emperor Palace before. Just say that she's her descendant. The old cat said casually. What's that child's name? I think call her Zir. That's more or less it. At this point, the old cat did not want to continue. It immediately said, Don't call me anymore. If you call me again and there are no saint-level fruits, I'll get angry. Once I get angry, I'll pretend to be you and start a live broadcast." Fong Ping rolled his eyes wildly. This cat was not cute at all now. It actually wanted to pretend to be him and do bad things. How could he be the scapegoat? You're used to letting Tengu be the scapegoat, aren't you? The old cat disappeared, but Fong Ping was instantly interested. Collect Dao. He could actually use origin energy to wrap it up and collect it. If this worked, he would really make a profit this time. He just did not know how many real Dao there were here. In the next moment, Fong Ping began to try to wrap up the Dao that had just appeared with origin energy. As for integration, forget it. He was not interested in Dao that did not have 100,000 to 200,000 meters long. Emperor level, Saint, it was only a matter of time. Origin energy began to cover the Dao densely. Fong Ping quickly realized that the Dao seemed to be struggling, wanting to escape. Fong Ping became more and more excited. It worked. The only problem was that the consumption was a little high. The Dao was too long. Wrapping it up consumed a lot of origin energy. Fortunately, he had enough wealth points. Moreover, he had converted 10 billion points of origin energy previously. It did not matter if the consumption was high. After a while, the void trembled. A Dao was wrapped up by Fong Ping's origin energy, turning into a small dragon that looked like a long snake. Fong Ping's eyes flashed with joy. He hurriedly collected this thing into the source world. It really worked. It was just that the consumption was not small. In order to wrap up this more than 7,000 meters long Dao, he had used up almost 1,000 clouds of origin energy. This was 100 million points of wealth. Of course, such a long Dao was worth it. "I'm rich." Fong Ping grinned and chuckled. A somewhat illusory voice came from the void again. "This Dao is not strong? Then walk another Dao." Fong Ping nodded and continued walking. "I like it. You'd better walk through all the Dao for me. I'll see how many are real and pack them up and bring them home." At the same time, Fong Ping collected this Dao. Deep underground, the golden skeleton trembled for a moment. At the same time, in the fake sky grave, King Kuan also trembled for a moment. It felt something was not right. No one died, but he still felt that something not too good had happened. Those people who broke into the Kuan Palace should not have gained much, right? If they broke into the Origin Hall, perhaps they could still gain more when they returned. It should not be a big deal, right? King Kuan comforted himself. Even if Wind Cloud and Thunder went in, they might not be able to do anything. He hesitated slightly. On the other side, Heavenly King Jin scolded, "Hong Kuan, you did it on purpose. You want to kill us. You're so shameless. Everyone, let's attack together. He wants to destroy the array on purpose and kill us. Let's kill him together." Everyone's faces darkened. Enough! Was it fun to take advantage of the opportunity to defame King Kuan professionally? Chapter 11:10. I'll do it. Fong Ping was so tired he was panting. There were quite a lot of true great Daos in this origin realm. He had already collected 7 or 8 of them. Some were true gods, and there was an emperor level one. That would take a lot of power and a lot of wealth points. However, Fong Ping looked at the little dragons trapped in the source world and was satisfied. A little tiredness was nothing. He had earned it. If he brought these great Daos back, he might be able to create a batch of paragons. This was a good deal. This Dao is not strong. In the void, when Fong Ping collected a great Dao, the voice seemed to tremble. After a pause, he continued, "Then I'll take another Dao." In the next moment, the great Dao appeared again. The origin realm was almost broken by Fong Ping. Back then, the master had actually considered whether someone would break in and steal his great Dao. He was also afraid that if there were too many Dao, it would not be easy to deceive people. Because there were too many Dao, everyone would have more choices, and there would be hesitation. He had to create a sense of tension. There were only so many Dao for one person. But today, there were hundreds of Dao that appeared on Fong Ping's side. Because he was not fighting alone. At this moment, Fong Ping had countless incarnations. Now it was Old Wu. Later, it would be the Catacombs rank 9. After a while, it would be the Overseas Immortal Island rank 9. He knew many rank 9. He could imitate at least 800 rank 9, if not 1,000. Fong Ping, who was not fighting alone, was having a lot of fun at this moment. This was really a good place to treasure land. At the same time, underground, in the amber, the golden skeleton trembled violently. The movement was a little big. At this moment, on the skeleton's head, the black hole where the eye was suddenly erupted with a faint golden glow, like a laser. Who is stealing my Tao? The skeleton revealed a faint mentality fluctuation. Who was stealing my Tao? Yes, it was his. The origin realm was his. The Tao inside was naturally his too. He wanted to thank the powerhouse who sent countless Tao in. If not for this gift-giving boy, he might have really died long ago. It was also because of that person that he could revive. But now, someone stole his Tao when he was about to revive. Unforgivable. Who? Who was so bold? Not even the person who sent the great Tao. Since it was sent in, it was his. There was no reason to take it away. I've swindled people for countless years and only managed to swindle a few. Now that I've finally gotten so much, I'm about to wake up and earn a fortune. Who would pick the peaches halfway? The golden skeleton trembled violently. He wanted to revive immediately. The origin realm cultivators who stole his great Tao were very fast. In just a short while, they had already stolen quite a few. If it didn't recover, it would be snatched away by others. No, I need to be faster. Faster. The golden skeleton could not care less about attracting attention anymore. It increased the speed at which it absorbed the energy around it. In the outside world, the energy that spilled out from the heavenly court soldiers and the few true gods that Fong Ping and the rest had killed earlier had completely disappeared. Not only that, but even the divine city was being guided by a wave of energy. Countless amounts of energy were gathering under the divine palace. At that moment, although the people in the city felt it, there were no true gods around. In addition, there were many incidents happening in the Kuan King Hall, so no one dared to investigate. Who knew what those true gods were up to? This Tao is not strong? In the void, the machine-like voice sounded again. However, at this moment, the voice seemed to have a little more spirituality. It did not say the next sentence for a long time. Fong Ping was a little surprised. Stuck? If he took in too many Tao, the origin realm would collapse? I've only taken in 12 Tao and destroyed 182 fake Tao. I don't even have 200 Tao. Isn't this 10,000 Tao? It's still too early, isn't it? Fong Ping was speechless. What was wrong? Did he ruin the origin realm? After a moment of stuttering, the voice continued. There was no way it could not continue. This was the program, the preset program. When Fong Ping changed his aura again, the program continued. After all, its owner had not really revived yet and could not control it now. Fong Ping heaved a sigh of relief. In the next moment, a real Tao appeared in front of him. This time, Fong Ping's face was full of surprise. Earthshings? Looking at this Tao with a somewhat familiar aura, Fong Ping was really surprised. Earthshing had already chosen to replace it? This guy was really not afraid of death. This kind of pie falling from the sky was obviously problematic. Sigh. In order to become stronger, these guys are also unscrupulous. Fong Ping actually understood Earthshing. He was about to die of old age and was still so weak. He was becoming more and more powerless and had no sense of existence. No matter what, he had to fight for it. However, very soon, Fong Ping became vigilant. Earthshing had changed his Tao. How long had he changed? Where was he now? If he had become an emperor level, if he had not yet mastered his Tao and he suddenly attacked, would he not be in danger? Although there would be a lot of future trouble, if the other party really changed his Tao, he might really have emperor-level strength. I'll take his Tao first. Thinking of this, Fong Ping hurriedly entered Earthshing's Tao. As expected, it was most likely Earthshing's. It was very short, more than 3,000 meters. For the average person, such a powerhouse was not weak. However, for Fong Ping, a peak third or fourth stage powerhouse was not enough. At this moment, Fong Ping also sensed something different. Perhaps it was because Earthshing was not dead. When he entered the Tao, there was actually a faint sense of rejection. Fong Ping did not care about this. He would take it first, just as Fong Ping was taking Earth Xing's Tao. It was not far from him. In fact, from the perspective of an outsider at this moment, Fong Ping and the other two were actually very close, less than a few hundred meters away. Of course, in the origin realm, the other party seemed to be overlapped into a different space, unable to sense the other party's existence. At this moment, Earth Xing looked excited. Although his face was pale, Earth Xing was smiling somewhat inexplicably. I seem to have become an emperor? Yes. The reason why he said this was because he had just mastered a Tao that he did not understand. It seemed like he could not unleash the strength that he should have. Moreover, his golden body was not strong enough. It was definitely inferior to a real emperor level. But he had really become stronger. Earth Xing could sense it. He sensed an increase in an unfamiliar origin. Daos can actually be replaced. Earth Xing was also amazed by the magic of the origin realm. It could actually change Daos. Earth Xing thought and frowned slightly. He realized that he still had a lot of drawbacks. The strength of his golden body did not change much. Therefore, his basic vitality did not change much at this time. It was about 250,000 calories. In addition to the 10,000-meter Tao and the twofold increase after the increase, it was about 750,000 calories. In addition to combat techniques, even if it was a twofold increase, it was actually less than 800,000 calories, which was the 1.6 million calories of a rank 9. It was an Emperor level increase, yes, but he really did not possess the strength of an Emperor level. My golden body is a little weak. My control has also decreased a little. If I unleash it, the golden body might not be able to withstand it. Earth Xing sighed, a little helpless. He was afraid that he needed time. He had to forge his own golden body. His spiritual consciousness was not strong enough either. His control of power was much more superficial. He needed time. Give me some time. I should be able to reach the true Emperor level very soon. Now, I might not even be a match for ground chi. Earth Xing made a judgment in his heart. His eyes flickered, but no one knew that he had integrated the Tao here. With the strength of his golden body, it was actually very difficult to see how far the origin had gone. Others looked at the strength of the golden body, the strength of spiritual consciousness, and the aura, not the origin. Maybe this is my chance, Earth Xing thought to himself. The two venerable emperors in ground chi did not know that he had become stronger. At the crucial moment, perhaps he could take advantage of them. I'm afraid you guys didn't expect that I would be so much stronger now. Give me some more time. When I become a true emperor level, the biggest winner here today will be me. Earth Xing was extremely satisfied. Although he felt that there would be future trouble this time, the future trouble had not manifested yet. Had it not? If he really had the strength of an emperor level, or even a heavenly king, it might not be impossible to solve the future trouble. The origin is controlled by the sect leader. If the sect leader doesn't return and I control the origin, then maybe the future trouble will no longer be a future trouble. Thinking of this, Earth Xing's eyes lit up. This was a golden opportunity. The sect leader was not here. In the next moment, Earth Xing looked at Fong Ping. He did not see Fong Ping, but he vaguely felt that there seemed to be a gravitational force attracting him. Go and take a look. Earth Xing made a decision. Now was not the time for him to go into closed-door cultivation. He should control the origin as soon as possible. That way, he might be able to directly avoid future trouble. When he reached Emperor level and his golden body was strong, he might be able to replace other great Daos and become a saint or even a heavenly king. All these years, had King Kuan not integrated a bit of saint level and heavenly king great Daos into it? He did not realize it before, perhaps because his strength was low, but it might not be that there was none. Phew! Fong Ping breathed a sigh of relief. He had finally collected Earth Xing's great Daos. Not bad. I wonder if Earth Xing will die if I shatter the great Daos? Will he turn into a fat baby if he dies? Earth Xing, that fellow, won't really become an emperor now, right? If that's the case, it'll be a little scary. Although there were many future troubles in the origin realm, Fong Ping had to admit that if he was really forced into a corner, he might also do something like changing great Daos. His thinking was similar to Earth Xing's. Become stronger first, then snatch the origin realm directly. The future trouble might not be a future trouble. Of course, Fong Ping would not do it until that point. Just as he was about to continue collecting great Daos, Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. He instantly released his aura, turning it into Yun Sheng's aura. His expression was ugly. Earth Xing? The aura was a little similar, yet a little different. There seemed to be some additional aura. Perhaps he had not had time to adapt to the converted great Daos. This fellow came here? Fong Ping quickly collected Earth Xing's great Daos into the origin realm. This fellow actually found him. Fong Ping had wanted to look for him before, but he had not found him. Yin Sheng? Earth Xing also sensed Fong Ping's aura at this moment. Both parties seemed to be separated by a layer of thin film. If they were further apart, he could not sense it. At this moment, both parties were very close. In the next moment, Earth Xing suddenly flashed out of the void and appeared in front of Fong Ping. He glanced at Fong Ping and sensed for a while. Yun Sheng's aura was similar to before. He probably did not encounter the real Great Daos. This made him breathe a sigh of relief. This was good. He was also afraid that Yun Sheng had integrated Great Daos. That would be troublesome. At this moment, Earth Xing was no longer afraid of anything. He glanced at Fong Ping and said lightly, Yin Sheng, you're here too? Fong Ping smiled. So it's Lord Earth Xing. Lord, did you obtain an opportunity? Earth Xing smiled faintly. What opportunity? Since you're here, you should know that the Great Daos here will collapse. I was injured by the collapsed Great Daos earlier. When he said this, his heart was slightly moved. Yun Sheng was here, so he should have experienced the scene just now. Would he think that he had integrated the real Great Daos? Fong Ping, on the other hand, seemed to know nothing at this moment. He said helplessly, I thought there was something good in this origin realm. Who knew that a few fake Daos would appear? But it's good. I have a better understanding of how to walk the future Great Daos. Lord Earth Xing should have gained something like this too, right? When Earth Xing heard this, he knew that he did not encounter the real Great Daos. He thought about it and smiled. That's right. This place is indeed a treasure land. You're still young. You don't know how torturous it is to walk to the end of the Great Daos. Our Great Daos are stagnant. Even if this is just a fake Daos, it's still a huge gain if we can use it as a reference. As he said this, he asked, Did anyone else enter this place? I'm not too sure about this, but when I came in earlier, I think I saw Lord Groundqi come in too. Groundqi? Earth Xing frowned. Yun Sheng did not encounter the real Great Daos, but Groundqi might not. Groundqi was stronger than him. If the Great Daos he encountered were real, perhaps it would not be top Emperor level or Saint level, right? He felt a little uneasy. Besides, once Groundqi saw his situation, he might notice something unusual. Also, if he wanted to control the origin realm, Groundqi was also a competitor. Initially, he wanted to attack Yun Sheng, but now he hesitated. After thinking for a while, he said quickly, Yun Sheng, there's only the two of us here. Shouldn't we talk? Venerable Overlord Feng Yun wasn't too friendly to you before. Earth Xing laughed. We're only true gods, not the powerful ones. We might not have other gains after entering the Earth King's Hall this time. Even if there are, we might not be able to get it alive. What do you want to say, sir? Just say it. Fong Ping saw that he had no signs of attacking. In the Source World, he stopped preparing to blow up Earth Xing's Great Daos. Cooperation. Earth Xing smiled faintly. Cooperation in the truest sense of the word. An alliance of life and death. You, me, and your father, Di Fei, the alliance of the three of us. Earth Xing's eyes burned. You and I still have the secret of the Fountain of Longevity. This is also unknown to others. In the Fountain of Longevity, there might be other ancient springs. This is also a treasure, but some things can't be hidden. Moreover, there's a saint-level powerhouse this time, and heavenly wood is in the Pantheon. Speaking of this, Earth Xing said in high spirits, I won't say anything false. The three of us will secretly form a life-or-death alliance. You and your father are stronger than me, so you don't have to worry about me." Fong Ping laughed. "Then what do you want to do, sir?" "Kill." Earthshing's voice was faint. "Kill Di Ping, Di Qi." Fong Ping frowned. "Sir, you must be joking." "I'm not joking. I know what you're thinking. If the five of us join forces, we can resist a venerable emperor." Earthshing said faintly. "But you also have to understand that if the five of us join forces, the venerable emperor will be wary and will not let down his guard. Maybe they will still join forces against us, but once Di Qi is dead, we will no longer be a threat. The venerable emperor will no longer think that we are people who must be killed. When that time comes, we will have a chance to survive. Who knows? We might even be able to benefit from the fight between the two venerable emperors and become the biggest winner." Fong Ping laughed. "Sir, you're too optimistic. When that time comes, you and I can only be at the mercy of others. We won't even be able to resist. Even if the two venerable emperors want to kill each other, they won't let us go. If there are five of us, of course. But what if there are only three of us helping one venerable emperor to fight against the other?" Earthshing's eyes were burning. "If we join forces to kill one venerable emperor, the remaining one will never think that the three of us will be a threat to them. Naturally, he won't attack us now. Instead, he will ally with us to attack the other one. After that, he will think that it will be easy to deal with us. At that time, our chance will come." Fong Ping still shook his head. "At that time, there will only be three of us. How can we be a match for a venerable emperor? Lord Di Qi is the strongest. If he really dies, then we will be in danger. Also, Lord Di Qi is extremely powerful. Even if the three of us join forces, there is still hope to defeat him and kill him. It's okay." Earthshing laughed. "He won't guard against us now. Even if he does, he won't go too far. Of course, you and I can't let him know that we have also entered this place." "Why?" Fong Ping was surprised. "So what if we have entered this place?" Earthshing sighed. "You don't understand. Di Qi wants to control us now and make us his subordinates, so that he will have the opportunity and power to resist the emperor level. Once he knows that we have glimpsed an emperor-level opportunity here, I'm afraid he will attack us. He won't give us the chance to become emperor-level." Fong Ping frowned slightly, but he was speechless. This guy was dreaming. Was he that easy to fool? He actually tricked us into cooperating with him to kill Di Qi and Di Ping. Then, the three paragons would go to one of the venerable emperors and kill the other one. Without Di Qi, the three of them would not be a threat to the venerable emperors. Earthshing had now changed his Tao and hid his strength. At the critical moment, he might really succeed if he gave the living venerable emperor a thunderous blow. When that time came, he and ground soaring would be the weaklings. They would be at his mercy. What wishful thinking! These people all thought that they could become big winners. Did they not think that they were fated to do so? Did each of them think that they were the destined one? Fong Ping frowned. After a while, he still shook his head and said, "It's too dangerous. In the end, we will be killed by the venerable emperors." That might not be the case. The venerable emperors also need subordinates and people to help them do things. The three of us will not pose a threat to them. Why not keep us? Then it's a gamble. It's better for the five of us to join forces now. If that's the case, we will be the biggest threat to the two venerable emperors. They will never let us go. Yunsheng, think about it. We are actually saving ourselves. Earthshing's tone was deep. Saving ourselves. You're a smart person. You should know this. Fong Ping looked like he was in a difficult position. You're making things difficult for me. I didn't even fool you. You actually came to fool me and want me to kill the others. Should I agree to this? After hesitating for a moment, Fong Ping suddenly gritted his teeth and said, "Since Sir has brought this up, I'm afraid Sir has some life-saving measures? But my father and I have no life-saving measures. Unless Sir gives us some immortality ancient spring first." Earthshing's eyes flashed fiercely. This guy was insatiably greedy. At this time, he actually wanted him to give him the ancient spring. But thinking about it, he was about to become an emperor. When he reached the Emperor level, his lifespan would continue to increase. 2 drops of ancient spring could increase his lifespan by 200 years. But when he reached the Emperor level, the increase was more than that. Earthshing thought about it again and suddenly said, "Okay, but we have to kill Ground Chi first. You and I will go out of the origin level and find Ground Fei. We will work together to ambush him outside and kill Ground Chi, or enter the origin level and kill him." Fong Ping cursed in his heart. This guy was really ruthless. Just because he had some strength, he became so arrogant. It was all because he was afraid that Ground Chi would know something or simply replace the Great Path. That was why he was nervous. After all, a secret that one person knew was a secret. If 2 people knew, then it was no longer a secret. He did not seem to have encountered the real Great Path, so Earthshing could feel more at ease. But with this guy's mentality, he was probably ready to kill him. "Sir, if we really attack Sir Ground Chi, this my father may not agree," Earthshing said in a low voice. "If Ground Chi doesn't die, the 2 venerable emperors will definitely attack us. Yun Sheng, we are only doing this to protect ourselves. Ground Chi wants us to resist the venerable emperors with him. But if a battle breaks out, we will be the ones dying." "But hesitation is a big taboo," Earthshing shouted. "If you hesitate, I'm afraid you won't have a chance. Aren't you afraid that your father will encounter the venerable emperors outside and be killed by them?" Fong Ping gritted his teeth and nodded quickly. "Okay, but sir, you have to give me some ancient spring first. I already gave you half last time. Only 2 drops left," Earthshing cursed in his heart. "Just you wait, when everyone is almost done fighting. See how I will deal with you." After thinking about it, he took out a fat baby and threw it to Fong Ping. "As for the remaining drop, I will give it to you after killing Ground Oddity." "Thank you, sir." Fong Ping thanked him, but he was judging in his heart. How was this guy's strength? Fine, it was not bad to be a fighter. Of course, he was being a fighter for Earthshing now, but in reality, he was treating Earthshing as a fighter. In the end, it would be best if his plan succeeded, and it would be good for him to take advantage of it. Now, other than that unlucky Earth Ping, he and Earth Fei were the weakest. These powerhouses wanted to rope in the weak first and get rid of the powerhouses. This was an opportunity. Not bad, I like you guys like this. That Fengyan guy might not believe me. It's okay, this guy still wants to capture me to strip the Tao for him. If I cooperate with Fengyun, my life will be guaranteed until the last moment. Fong Ping calculated in his heart. These guys all had their own plans, and they were all ruthless people. After King Kun left, these guys' instincts erupted. However, it could be seen that King Kun's ability was not small, and his strength was also terrifyingly powerful. Otherwise, he might not have been able to suppress these people all these years. True God, venerable emperor, saint, who did not have some pride. Was it that good to be someone's subordinate? It was not easy for King Kun to be able to gather these people. It's a pity that once you leave, the people's hearts are scattered. There's no one who can hold the fort. I hope you won't cry when you come back. Fong Ping consoled him without any sympathy. Soon, he asked about how to leave this place. Di Xing really knew. It was easy to leave. He just had to fly all the way into the sky. When he flew to the end, he would automatically go out. Fong Ping did not say much and was about to leave with him. In his heart, however, he planned to kill these guys and then come back to collect the Tao. He would definitely confiscate all the Tao in this place. No, it's too troublesome to collect them one by one. How about I pack them up and take them away, take the origin? No. Fong Ping suddenly had an idea. This entire basilica, could he pack it up and take it away? It seemed like the basilica was one with the God City, but it might not be impossible, right? How about he pack it up and take the God City with him? Fong Ping shook his head. The area needed was too big. His storage space was too small. Although he had 2 million cubic meters now, it was not enough for a city. I don't know when my storage space will be big enough to store a city. Fong Ping felt regretful. He had long forgotten that he only wanted to store a rank 9 tree. Kill, the more chaotic the better. After this, the evil sect will not be a threat anymore. The premise is that I can survive. Fong Ping murmured in his heart. He was still very dangerous. Daoist Fengyan guessed that he was Fong Ping. This was the biggest danger. Fortune is found in danger. When the evil sect is weakened, humans can really stand in the three realms and become the strongest force in the three realms. Fong Ping's eyes flashed with ruthlessness. Do it. At this point, what was there to be afraid of? If it really did not work, he was not without a backup plan. For example, a certain cat. That cat was very fast. Let it come and help him. No, help him with the saint-level fruits and drinks. It should not be that difficult, right? Achoo! Magic City. The cat suddenly sneezed, looking at the sky with some pessimism. The intention of harming me was too obvious. I'm actually sneezing. I am an incomparably powerful absolute vengeance cat. Who is this? They actually know how to disturb me. The cat was depressed. There was no need to guess. Those who would disturb me like this were either liars or fake human emperors. None of them were good people. When he wanted to say bad things about it, he would hypnotize himself. If the cat was not involved, it would not be able to sense it clearly. A bunch of bad people, the cat scolded. No, he had to find a backer. Why was the cat protecting Captain not awake yet? He lacked a big backer who could fight everywhere. Chapter 11:11. Outside the Origin Realm. Fong Ping and Dixing stepped out of the house at the same time. Turning back to look at the hut again, Di Xing and Fong Ping's eyes twinkled. This was a good place. Fong Ping felt that he had not looted everything. It was necessary to take down this place. As for Di Xing, he was also thinking about how to take the hut. Neither of them spoke. After waiting for a while, Dixing looked at Fong Ping and said, "Why don't I keep watch here? You go look for Di Fei and Dipping." Fong Ping pondered for a moment, nodded, and said nothing more. If Di Xing wanted to take the Origin Realm, that would depend on whether he had the ability to do so. The Origin Realm had been here for so many years. It would not be taken away so easily. Fong Ping left the Origin Realm. At this moment, if one were to look down at the entire hall, one would notice that they were only wandering around the periphery. The main hall also had the ability to contain Sumeru and a mustard seed. The entire Kuan King Hall was huge. It was like an encirclement. The Reciprocity Realm and the other treasures were all on the outskirts. He wanted to enter the inner area, but he was blocked by the bronze walls. In the inner area, there was only a single hall. It occupied a large area and appeared extremely spacious. Deep within the Great Hall, in a palace. The palace was tightly sealed. The interior of the palace was extremely simple and crude. There was only a statue that seemed to be made of gold. It was a dog. No, at first glance, no one would think that this was a dog. This was an emperor, an overlord, looking down on the world. A huge statue that looked like it was made of gold stood in the middle of the hall. He was standing. His head was facing the sky. His lantern-like large eyes were wide open. The huge mouth opened and closed slightly, revealing snow-white teeth that flickered with a cold light, inspiring fear. Fong Ping did not see it. If he had, he would have found it familiar. He had seen what the Heavenly Hound looked like, but he had never seen the Heavenly Hound's true appearance. It was similar to the Jiao, but it didn't have the leopard-like spots on the Jiao. There was no Jiao's horn either. It was a furred demonic beast, but its fur also seemed to be cast from gold. Every single strand of golden fur gleamed with a cold light that would strike fear into anyone who saw it. Tengu. No, apart from a few powerful beings, no one dared to call it a heavenly hound, but a celestial larch. The heavenly cat, heavenly dog was the darling of heaven and earth. Many people were wary of the ash cat, but not fearful of it. As for the heavenly hound, he was definitely more afraid of it than anything else. They were afraid of its strength and its ruthlessness. Tiango was extremely domineering, and his martial prowess was also one of the strongest in the three realms. At Tiango's level, other than the 9 sovereigns and 4 emperors, no one else could suppress him. This statue had stood here for nearly 3,000 years. He had maintained this posture for 3,000 years. From the time his fleshly body was destroyed until now, his fleshly body had recovered to its original state. Over the past 3,000 years, apart from this, there had been no other changes. 3,000 years ago, the heavenly dog warring sky had fallen in the tomb of heaven. 3,000 years ago, the three great sect protectors risked their lives to snatch its remains and send it back to the divine court. For the past 3,000 years, this golden body had not been touched. Ever since the fall of the heavenly hound, the great war between the three realms had never stopped. The earthly emperor god dynasty had been destroyed, the era of sex had declined, the demon emperor had reappeared, and the humans had fought against the catacombs in the outside world. Everything changed. As for the heavenly hound, it was still the same as it was 3,000 years ago. It raised its head and looked at the sky arrogantly, never lowering its head. Outside the palace, the two venerable sovereigns and a few true gods were also attacking the bronze walls. Vague noises could be heard. The basilica was still extremely quiet. Until, at a certain moment, a faint aura that even the heavenly kings could not detect came from underground. The huge statue seemed to have sensed something. Crack! The statue did not move, but the void below its head was torn apart. The statue seemed to want to look down. At this moment, underground, in the amber, on the golden skeleton, traces of flesh and blood grew. At this moment, in the amber, the skeleton's hollow eyes suddenly burst with divine light. Crack, crack! The neck bone moved slightly, as if it wanted to raise its head. Who? They were only 10,000 meters apart, but a person's chi was sealed by the amber, and a dog's chi was blocked by the basilica. At this moment, they could vaguely sense each other, but they could not find each other. Somewhere else. Fong Ping did not find Di Fei, but he found Di Ping first. At this moment, Di Ping's face was pale. Seeing Fong Ping, he seemed to be relieved and said hurriedly, "Let's go. Quickly meet up with the others. We encountered the Thunder Guardian just now, and were almost killed by him." Fong Ping frowned. "Is he that impatient?" Di Ping shook his head and did not say much, snatching the opportunity from an emperor level. "If he met you alone and did not kill you, that was because he felt that you were not as important as the opportunity. Not having enough strength was the original sin. He was not a near-emperor level powerhouse. Naturally, Thunder would not be afraid of him. Both of them encountered a treasure land of opportunity at the same time. Being able to survive was considered lucky. However, Di Ping was still a little regretful. The place we went to just now was the temple's pill pavilion. Maybe there are some ancient pills left. What a pity. Pills, ever since he had reached the middle ranks, Fong Ping rarely cared about pills and whatnot. However, he also knew that some pills had extremely strong effects. The ancient powerhouses had actually been taking pills all the time. Some good treasures were refined into pills by them, such as the Xian Ming Divine Pill that Fong Ping obtained from Dark Heaven Island previously, and the Immortal Seeking Pill that Immortal Seeking Island had. It was Li Wuji who told Fong Ping about the Immortal Seeking Pill. After taking it, it could create a glorious sun in the source world. Fong Ping was quite interested, but he did not have the chance to mention this. Over at Yu Wuhua's side, Fong Ping said that he would help, but he had not taken action yet. Moreover, there were fewer battles in the Forbidden Sea now. Immortal Seeking Island might not need support. It would not be easy to take the other party's Immortal Seeking Pill. King Kuan was the son of an ancient emperor and one of the 8 kings. The original owner of this hall was also a powerhouse. There might be some extremely powerful pills left behind. Fong Ping listened and was a little tempted. However, since Venerable Emperor Thunder had the upper hand, Fong Ping, of course, would not look for trouble. "Uncle, let's meet up with my father and Sir Di Chi first. Only then will we have a chance to compete with Venerable Emperor." Di Ping nodded. Of course, he knew this. He was so happy to meet Fong Ping just now because he was no longer alone. Fong Ping continued to look for people with him while saying, "Uncle, do you know where the Celestial Emperor's golden body is stored in this hall?" "The inner hall?" Di Ping knew this and said quickly. However, the inner hall and the outer hall are separated by walls made of skyfall and mortal gold. If we can't find the right way to enter, I'm afraid we can't enter. The skyfall, immortal gold, he mentioned was the surrounding bronze walls. Fong Ping did not know much about this. Neo-martial artists did not know much about these things. At this moment, Fong Ping tried to attack the wall. Although he did not use his full strength, when he attacked, the destructive power was also extremely strong. It could even tear a rank 9 divine weapon into pieces. However, at this time, the wall did not move at all. Di Ping saw this and laughed. The Skyfall Immortal Gold was the main material used to forge divine weapons back then. It's hard to leave a mark on this thing unless you're a saint. Divine weapon. True divine weapon, emperor weapon, divine weapon. At Heavenly King level, many people were either thinking of ways to forge divine weapons or forging demigod weapons. Divine weapons were very rare. Ordinary powerhouses could not come into contact with them, including Heavenly Kings. However, Heavenly King powerhouses who nurtured a divine weapon for many years might be able to nurture a demigod weapon in the end. The Heavenly King seal was considered a demigod weapon. A full-fledged demigod weapon was definitely stronger than some broken divine weapons. When Fong Ping heard this, he was a little jealous. The main material used to forge a divine weapon? Actually, he also wanted to forge a weapon that belonged to him. No matter how good the god-slaying saber was, it still belonged to someone else. Right now, Fong Ping's enhancement was not bad. However, in the later stages, when his strength increased, this broken divine weapon might not be of much help to him. Forging his own divine weapon was the best choice. Old Wang and the others all had one. Only Fong Ping did not have a divine weapon that truly belonged to him until now. This basilica is really good stuff. Fong Ping was extremely tempted, but he did not probe further. Both of them exuded their auras. Extremely fast, they wandered in all directions. Not long after, Di Ping's eyes lit up. Di Fei is in front. Both of them sped up. Soon, they arrived at the place where Di Fei was. At this moment, Di Fei also encountered an opportunity. When Fong Ping and Di Ping arrived, Di Fei was in an outer hall, breaking a seal. Seeing that, Yun Sheng and Di Ping arrived together, Di Fei felt a little more at ease. With his son around, the two of them working together, he was not afraid that Di Ping would have any ill intentions. He did not greet them. At this time, he was about to break the seal. Di Ping did not step forward to disturb them. Instead, he looked enviously at the trembling light shroud. The basilica was not considered big. At this moment, at the forefront, there was a small platform that looked like a display cabinet. The periphery was protected by a seal, and there was something inside. Fong Ping glanced at it. It looked like a seal. Di Ping was not prepared to fight for it. Seeing that Fong Ping was staring at the seal, he said enviously, "Brother Di Fei, you're lucky. This should be a saint token." Back then, the divine sect had a fourth guardian, but he died in battle early on. The sect leader once said that whoever could become a new saint and become the fourth guardian would hand this token to the fourth guardian. Unfortunately, all these years, Guardian Jean, who was the most promising to become a saint, died in battle. After that, the other guardians did not have the chance to become a saint. I didn't expect this saint token to be placed here. Saint token? Fong Ping knew a little about this, but he did not understand much. It was only when the cat mentioned the 9 Emperor's seal that he asked a few questions. 9 Emperor's seal, 8 King's seal, Saint token. This was actually a set of assembled divine weapons. There were more saint tokens, a total of 36. Once this set of divine weapons was assembled successfully, it would be known as the strongest divine weapon in the 3 realms. Of course, whether it was true or not, no one knew. This set of divine weapons was more of a symbol of authority. The 3 realms' authority. Back then, those who held these seals and tokens were all important ministers of the heavenly court. However, regardless of whether it was a combination of divine weapons or not, just the saint token alone was already a holy weapon. Fong Ping did not expect that Di Fei would be so lucky to actually encounter a holy weapon here. There was a rumble. The outer restriction was broken. Di Fei was overjoyed and roared, "Sheng Er attack!" Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. but he reacted quickly. He quickly unleashed his chi and slapped the saint token that was about to fly away on its own. Di also unleashed his full strength. With a roar, he punched the void with both fists. Both of them attacked one after another, and the void kept shattering. The seal that was about to fly away was trapped in the middle. Fong Ping was surprised. This thing could fly away on its own? Di had already expected this. He was overjoyed. A complete holy weapon. It has some spirituality that belongs to itself. I'm lucky this time. Holy weapon. That was something he did not even dare to think about. But today, he got a great bargain. Di trapped the saint token, then glanced at Di Ping. Seeing his envious face, he said quickly, Sheng refine the saint token. When your grandmaster returns, offer this to your grandmaster. He was also afraid that he could not keep this thing, or that Di Ping would covet it and set up an ambush in advance. The father and son did not want this thing. They were going to wait for the heavenly cloud island lord to return and give it to him. Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. He glanced at Di from the corner of his eye, but did not say anything. Those who walked different paths could not make plans together. If he was Zhen Yun Sheng, then of course, this was a strong father-son relationship, who did not want a holy weapon. But he was not. Not only was he not, he was also Di Fei's enemy, who killed his son. Once his identity was exposed, the first person to kill him would be Di Fei. Fong Ping did not speak. Energy surged out, quietly refining the saint token. At this moment, this crystal-like seal stopped trembling very quickly. Not only that, the crystal-like seal even exuded a faint golden aura. Di Fei glanced at it, a little surprised. Not far away, Di Ping was also surprised. Yun Sheng is really someone with great luck, as expected of a powerhouse who proved his Tao in battle. Brother Di Fei, congratulations. Di Fei was also full of smiles. Seeing that Fong Ping did not seem to understand, he laughed and said, Sheng, this is an ancient saint token. The ancient 36 saints were all overlord powerhouses who controlled the armies of the heavenly court. With the protection of the emperors, they enjoy the three realms' destiny. The saint token has the emperor's aura. It was said that not every powerhouse who obtained the saint token would let the saint token reveal the emperor's aura. But just now, there seemed to be the emperor's aura circulating. Sheng, it seems like you are very compatible with the saint token. Di Ping also congratulated him. Of course, the more compatible with divine weapons and holy weapons, the better. The more compatible, the more the weapon could be used. The strength of a weapon lay in some special functions. For example, divine weapons could cut through the Tao, as well as some power enhancements. However, foreign weapons were not one's own after all. Some weapons were not compatible with you. Even if it was a divine weapon, you might not be able to enhance it much. At most, the material would be slightly stronger than other weapons. Yun Sheng was only at true god level. The saint token was a holy weapon. Logically speaking, it was very difficult to control. Even if it was controlled, the enhancement would be limited. But now, the saint token and Yun Sheng seemed to be quite compatible. Perhaps it would erupt with more powerful combat strength. Di Fei was delighted. Fong Ping was also a little surprised. At this moment, when he was refining the saint token, some of the origin chi in his body actually surged out, giving Fong Ping a shock. He did not dare to expose it completely. If he did, even with the system's concealment, it would be easy to see through some things. The moment a golden substance flowed through the seal, Fong Ping immediately kept the saint token into the source world. As soon as it was kept, the shadows in Fong Ping's source world suddenly surged out. The saint token was suspended in the air. A gush of origin chi emerged from these shadows, helping Fong Ping to refine this item. Emperor weapon. This thought suddenly appeared in Fong Ping's mind. This saint token was actually a part of the Emperor divine weapon. It seemed to be different from other divine weapons. Although it was just a composite item, there was still Emperor chi circulating around it. As for Fong Ping, he felt that he should have embarked on the Emperor's path. At this moment, he also felt that he was quite compatible with this saint token. Not only that, the saint token was suspended in his source world. Gradually, it turned from a crystal color to a golden color. Then, this seal suddenly enlarged a lot and began to grow against the wind in the source world. When it expanded to the size of the source world, in the midst of Fong Ping's curses, this seal suddenly descended. It was actually going to attack Fong Ping's source world. Fong Ping wanted to curse. Just as he was about to stop it, he suddenly realized that something was wrong. At this moment, the shadows below did not dodge or evade, allowing the big seal to fall. There was a rumble. A deafening sound reverberated throughout the source world. The big seal landed. At this moment, the entire source world turned golden. Fong Ping suddenly felt something strange. A gush of golden aura circulated in the source world. At this moment, he suddenly felt that his source world seemed to have stabilized a lot. Not only that, those figures were also bathed in the golden light, as if they were more solidified than before. At this moment, Fong Ping also quickly looked at his source world. The source world was not quite the same as before. He had integrated Sun City and MCMAU. This city and this school had both turned into mini-cities in his source world. In the past, Fong Ping did not integrate everything. It was just a little illusory. At this moment, these two mini-cities seemed to have become a little clearer. The huge seal stamped down, as if it was helping Fong Ping suppress this side of the world. Below the big seal, there were two ancient words. Fong Ping did not recognize these two words, but at this moment, he seemed to understand them. Sky Cry. Among the 36 heavenly spirits, Sky Cry ranked 35th. Of course, the Saint token was more or less the same. It was considered a standard weapon. This was a holy weapon. However, at this moment, Fong Ping was very surprised. This Saint token actually had the effect of strengthening his source world. It was too surprising. Yes, strengthening the source world did not seem to be of much help to Fong Ping. At least in terms of strength, there was no sudden expansion of the source world to a radius of 1,000 meters, directly making him an emperor. However, the consolidation of the source world was a solid foundation, especially Fong Ping's source world, which expanded too quickly and integrated the small cities. In fact, it was still a little superficial. If it really collided with a powerhouse's source world, it might not be advantageous. But now, Fong Ping suddenly felt that his source world might not be worse than some emperor level. At least he had seen the Life King's source world. The Saint token can actually strengthen the source world. Fong Ping was pleasantly surprised. Only when the foundation was stable could he expand. He did not lack origin chi. However, these days, the source world did not expand much. It was like building a building. If your foundation was not stable, how could you build it up? In the end, it would all collapse. He dared not expand it. Fong Ping was also afraid that if he expanded it too much, the source world would collapse by itself in the end. Unlike Tsang Mao, this cat had spent who knew how many years to strengthen its source world. That sturdiness made Fong Ping suspect that if they fought in the source world, this cat could definitely smash an emperor level or even a saint's source world into pieces. Tsang Mao was actually considered a mentality cultivator. Of course, Fong Ping did not know if this cat's golden body was powerful or not. Its amplification of the source world might not even reach the level of a saint. It might not even reach the double amplification of an emperor level. However, if it fought in the source world, Tsang Mao definitely had the strength of an emperor level. Saint token, damn it! Fong Ping suddenly cursed in his heart. I regret it. Big Cat had thrown away the 9 Emperor Seals. If he had known that Big Cat had the 9 Emperor Seal, which was much stronger than the Saint's token, wouldn't it mean that if he obtained the 9 Emperor Seal, the 9 Emperor Seal would stamp on him, and his source world would be so stable that no one could surpass it? I don't know if I can retrieve it. Fong Ping's heart was full of regrets. Looking at the source world that was still emitting a golden glow, his heart trembled slightly. Saint token, 36. Heavenly King Seal, 8. In addition to the 9 Emperor Seals. If I collect all of them and stamp them on me, then wouldn't that be, if the source world was stable, he could expand the source world. If he expanded the source world, more origin chi would be born, those apparitions would be stronger, and the path would be opened up faster. Moreover, Fong Ping had some doubts. If the source world reached a radius of 100 meters, would it increase his origin Dao again? At the same time that Fong Ping obtained the Saint token and refined it, in the fake sky grave, outside the array, Saint Tian Ke, the first among the 36 saints, a saint who now had the strength of a heavenly king, suddenly had a burst of divine light in his eyes. The heavenly weeping star has lit up. The heavenly weeping star has returned. At this moment, in his source world, on a huge planet, Tian Kuei's apparition gazed into the distance. There were some planets around the world he was in, but they were all very far away. Some were already dim, some were already broken, some were emitting a faint, ghostly glow. Some were extremely bright, such as Tian Li Star, Tian Bai Star, and Tian Hui Star. These were the evil sect's 3 great protectors. They were also the 3 great saints back then. Today, a previously broken planet suddenly erupted with a dazzling light. One could only see the light, not the planet. However, Tian Kuei knew that it seemed to be the place where the heavenly weeping saint's source world was. The heavenly weeping star had revived. Didn't the heavenly weeping star die a long time ago? And it died tragically in the hands of the celestial emperor. Tian Kuei frowned slightly, glancing at King Kun in the distance. The heavenly weeping saint had also submitted to King Kun back then. Could it be that King Kun had a hidden hand, secretly helping the heavenly weeping saint to revive? At this moment, his abnormality was also sensed by others. The heavenly king's subduing was really too sharp. He quickly smiled and said, Tian Ke, you've been plotted against by Hong Kun? This guy is so shameless. Let's join forces and kill him. Everyone was speechless. Tian Kuei thought for a while, but said lightly, he wouldn't go so far as to plot against me, but the outside world. Maybe he's been plotted against. The heavenly weeping saint seems to be reviving. As soon as these words came out, everyone looked at King Kun. This time his gaze was really sharp. The heavenly weeping saint was reviving? Wasn't the heavenly weeping completely dead, killed by the celestial emperor? King Kun almost cursed. The heavenly weeping token had been refined by someone? Damn it, who refined it? Tian Kuei felt that the heavenly weeping saint was reviving, but he knew that that person could not be more dead. How could he revive? This meant that the heavenly weeping token he placed in the King Kun palace had been refined by someone. Not only that, the person who refined it was probably very compatible with this saint token, which was why Tian Kuei made such a judgment. Who would be so compatible with the heavenly weeping token? King Kun was about to explode in anger. Why are all of you looking at me? Where is the heavenly weeping token going to revive? Do you really think that I left a saint in the 3 realms? You're tuning into the Warrior Lore YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.